The following program is meant for adult audiences only. If you are easily offended, you are choosing to be offended by continuing to watch. If jokes upset you, whether bad or good, you might end up crying. Being a bitch in life is difficult, I imagine, but you must find a way to continue. For all the haters and lurkers, hope you enjoy the show. For the bigot army, enjoy the show. Don't be a pussy.
そうだ。テレビつけてもいいぞ。
冒険アニメ。
よりによって。
サイレンサー付きの拳銃だと。
ワクワク。
Here we go! Lucha, 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 lucha! It's the way of life!
There is a fifth dimension, beyond that which is known to man. It is a dimension as vast as space and as timeless as infinity. It is the middle ground between light and shadow, between science and superstition, and it lies between the pit of man's fears and the summit of his knowledge. This is the dimension of imagination. It is an area which we call
the grifter zone.
Good moo! Oh, you found your moo!
My crew is big and it keeps getting bigger. That's 'cause Jesus Christ is.
Man, I want to get drunk in a hotel room with you.
That might be taken
Crazy.
out of context.
Gay, gay, gay.
Oh. Hypno. How is it my fault? What? The bracket gifted this and I'm immediately called an anti-Semite? Come on, dog.
Bruh.
What are these characters? Nazi furry? Hypno, why would you do this to me? Said, welcome to Goonergate. Protect your booty hole.
What's up, nerds? It's Alyssa Mercante, Kotaku senior editor, and
nobody even wants you here.
And I would take her to Chili's, maybe. You know, like, genuinely, I just want the best for her. Genuinely.
Listen, if it was consensual and you didn't hate the Jews, I'd fuck the shit out of you. I would.
What did he say? People are gonna clip that. You know that I don't.
Clip it. I know you don't. Come on, but that's the thing. Why can't we have fun?
Bruh.
That's an interesting way of putting. That makes sense.
He's jealous. Fuck yeah. He knew I was that bitch. I didn't need a man to tell him to fuck.
And Hypnotic again, member for 1 month. Thank you. Enjoy First Berserker. What's that black stuff between an elephant's toes? Slow natives. Wait.
Wild.
Yeah. On the other end of the spectrum. Yes.
Okay.
I'd say that goes out of dad into dark, but sure, yeah.
Definitely dark.
Somebody replies and it says, "This is embarrassing." And he says, "Not as embarrassing as your take on trans kids. It was not researched. It was cruel and it had no basis in facts. So forgive me if I don't take all your takes that seriously." Who's this person?
Bruh.
Look at the fucking thumbnail. God of Cock Meltdown. Oh my God, look at this. Oh man. Yeah, sure. Trans kids, for sure, man.
Right, but you're giving an opinion on an article with a headline that's inflammatory. So the fact that you're giving an opinion on what's on screen,
Did I focus on the inflammatory nature of the headline?
Well, can I assume that everything in this article you would agree with?
You shouldn't assume. It makes an ass out of yourself and me.
Okay, so then
down his timeline, you're gonna see a lot of ass and titties. Okay, me on my Twitter timeline, you ain't gonna see none of that. As a matter of fact, like I can show you, I can scroll down my entire news feed on Twitter. Why would you ruin my point? I'm trying. God damn. Why would you ruin it? I didn't do that. I don't know who this chick is. Why would you do that? I can't even edit it out.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Someone you love been canceled? Have you been the target of online harassment because of something you said or refused to be compelled to say by the mob? Did you mistakenly think you could be an individual, form your own opinions, and keep all of your friends? Did your social credit score tanked because you had a conversation with, subscribe to, or follow someone who suffers from wrongthink? Have you been called a literal Nazi because you think taking care of one's physical health is important? Have you tried apologizing for your transgressions only to find out you actually poured gasoline on the they-them flames? Have you ever had a politically incorrect thought or, heaven forbid, made an off-color joke? Well, we here at the Office of the Cancelled are here for you. As a member of the club, we offer exclusive trading cards, flak jackets, lapel pins, access to bomb shelters, as well as audio tracks from based artists that are sure to pump you up for a day at the range and get some of that much-needed two-way therapy. Remember, folks, you're only canceled if you let yourself be canceled, and every one of those collectivist NPCs can go fuck themselves.
Eating the dogs, they're eating the cats. Eat the cat, eat the cat. 15 years have I been waiting to stand up for my ground.
I'll wait some time because the longer we wait, like the more realistic it'll be, you know, when he comes back to life. The touch of the black man in a woke story. The God hand shining down, shining upon thee. White man as you lay down. Cis white man and couple in background. Understand the power of a black man is a God hand.
Pro-black Twitter!
I breathe life into you. One touch is not enough from greatness. One touch from the black man. Watch me do it again. Kneel and be amazed at the touch of the black man. I bring life. I bring life.
Pro-black Twitter hoes!
That's right! That's right!
Robocock, don't clip that, no!
Bruh.
Oh God, that's getting clipped.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Oh shit. I was doing so good tonight too.
Drops, retard. Robocock.
Are we ready to do this, cuh?
We have no choice, cuh. Let's do this, y'all.
I am the foot god, Kaida.
That's racist!
Fine.
I tried to start normally, but I couldn't. That video had me dying. I gotta play it again.
I am the foot god, Kaida.
Holy shit. Holy shit. Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen. All right, man, listen. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Hypnocast. That's right, we are live, boys. We are live, we are live, we are live. We're gonna dive down the rabbit hole. I can't stop laughing. We're gonna dive down the rabbit hole that is known as the internet. But before we do that, we gotta bring it in close, man. Bring it in close. Let's go. Let's go. Bring it in. Bring it in close. Come on, we gotta hug it out, ladies and gentlemen. It's almost Friday, man. It's Thursday right now. Let's hug it out, man. Come in, come in. Let's go. Stop the hatred. Stop the craziness for just a couple of seconds. Let's hug it out. Let's make sure we remember, you know, we're all friends. Hug it out and listen very closely. Do not touch the fucking pumpkin. That's right. That's right. It is still October. Do not, under any circumstances, touch the pumpkin. If you're watching on YouTube, like the stream. Like it. Like it right now. Right now. If you're watching on Rumble, like the stream. If you're watching on Twitter, like the post. And if you're watching anywhere else right now, you were touched by Kaida the Foot God.
I am the foot god, Kaida.
Like the stream. Like the stream. Oh my God. I haven't even showed Kaida that clip yet. I gotta send it to him. Can I get a mic check, please? Mic check, titty check, balls check. What are we checking, man? What are we checking today, boys? We got a lot we got to go over, man. There's a lot we got to discuss. A lot of things going down on the internet, as always. As always. But what else, man? What else are we checking today, man? Oh, shit. Cole Morrow. Hold on. Hold on. The chat's moving very fast, Cole. I'm trying to catch it. Hold on. Cole Morrow says, I just turned 23 today. Holy shit. Everybody, make sure to throw some cake emojis in the chat for Cole Morrow. Happy birthday, my good man. Happy birthday. Celebrating your birthday with the Bigot Army. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Much love. Thank you so much. Happy birthday. What else we got, man? What else we got? Black April O'Neil, Magic the Gathering check. What else is new? What else is new? We got cake emojis. We got Kaida is Goro. So I tried to make all the hands feet, and I think AI denied me. I think AI was like, nope, we're not going to do it. We're not going to do it. Sadly, it is what it is. We got happy birthdays in the chat. What else we checking? Abuela Nautic check. That's crazy, bro. What else we checking? Chicken empanada with macaroni and cheese check. Very nice. Smacking the pumpkin check. What did I tell you? What did I tell you? Stop that. We got grilled buffalo chicken wings check. Nice. Hypno is blue eyes white dragon check. Very nice. Shit, I wish I was 23 again check. Absolutely. Loyal mod at work check. There you go. Shout out to Sonia. Modding while at work. That's insane. Squash the pumpkin, you melon head check. Big O tit check. Hype check. What else we checking? So is the goddess check. Foot check. Pot of greed check. Baby hypno check. What else we got? I'm interested in Magic the Gathering check. Flat windows and new Pokemon check. All right, guys, listen, our ESG scores are at their maximum. We are fully funded. Like the stream. Like it. Let's do the Bigot Army roll call. Let's see who is in this chat right now, aside from former Kotaku urinalists, Black Samurais that unfortunately did exist at one point but no longer do, and people that swear that they are not 4'5" with a foot fetish. But we all know that they are.
I am the foot god, Kaida.
The holy music at the end just makes it so good. All right, who's in here, man? We got Yamato 85. We got Hanny. We got Little Miss Hypnotic. We got Soul Reaper 2078. We got Mr. Melancholy. We got Joel. We got Somnus. We got Trashy Drifter. Clipachu. ARC. Zoob. Blood Corpse Gamer. Low KZ 420 over on Rumble. We got John Francois Gillette. Damn, man, that's like a fucking fancy ass name. Hanny, Isura, Randall the Vandal, Tanya Raven, Blue Pumpkin Pussy, Adam Juman over on Rumble, Abhorrent Soul over on Rumble, Hypnotic and Rapture, Barry Dixon Butts, Ghost Love, Tim Grove, St. Hugo, H. Batha over on Rumble. We got Jeremiah Maxwell. We got Creepier07. We got Sleeping Nova. We got Deku Leader, the Madman Mars, Gray the Merchant, Angmar WK, 17 Crash, Chicken Senpai BB. We got Nick Havoc, Ali Kusanagi, Odin Dark II, Nico, Commander Sona, Dead Star, Reaper Knight, Matthew with the Hero Prees. We got Sony Lisette, Anime Mania 500 on Rumble, Romanizer 24. We got Soul Reaper 2078. We got Felsteph, Dragon, the Blood Corpse Gamer. It's going all right, man. Roxy Soxy, what's up, Roxy Soxy? How you doing? We got Ashton Tyler. We got Ron DFK. We got Adair Soto. Old Man Cad. Tanya Raven. Limitless Andre. We got, who else is here, man? Osray. We got Black Tailgate. We got Toxin. All right, 4 more people, boys. 4 more people. And then we got to get on with the show. 4 more people. Come on, man. What are we doing? We got the Voice of the Water. We got Frenchie07. We got Inferno Hell Knight and Melody Johnson. We got Oliver Adam with the more dots, more dots, more dots. We got Denarier. We got Anti-Federalist Pain over on Rumble. We got Magni. We got Cheerful Bliss. We got Beth, a.k.a. Sparkle Fart. We got Sleeping Nova. We got Tim Grove. Matthew Watson. Review Pig Cheese 200. Audio Pollution. Lupus DEI. And last but not least, we got Torinol over on Rumble. Trashy Drifter. Anubis Hentai Hades. Genetic Explorer. Robin Oz over on Rumble. And we got Archangelus. Beautiful Zexel. Kabu Zobo. Ghost Earth. And we got Gray Soul 81. Midnight Mike. And Dreg. John D. Hex and Hammer. And Raven Rainfall. All right, guys, listen. I called out as many people as I possibly could. Let's sacrifice your fellow Bigot Army member and let's see who is going to get the massive money shot today, boys. Who is going to get it? It's a Thursday. We're all a little bit backed up. It's a Thursday. Come on, boys. Who is going to get it? Who is going to get it? We got Mr. Melancholy saying to go down with the booty hole protected. No pumpkin patch kids. No mashed potatoes. No Steco chair. ×5, open wide and say, ah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got Soul Reaper. No Nintendo. No Xbox Live. No chair cult. Booty hole protected by Lord Beerus. United States of Smash Combo Breaker against Uno Reverse ×5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Creep07 says, nah, ×3 to go down with no protection. 1, 2, 3. Hanny, by the power of Sonichu's medallion, the next pig shit down ×3 will be forced to eat Hypno's diapers and lick Kata's ass. That's crazy. 1, 2, 3. Oliver Adams says protected to go down ×3. 1, 2, 3. Trashy Drifter goes all over the place to go down.
Holy shit.
That is not protection. That is not protection, Kalen. You can't just say, not me. That doesn't work. You didn't even put up a shield. Nothing. Literally nothing. That is not protection. Come on, Kalen. Congratulations to Kalen. You are the recipient of the money shot today.
What the?
Like the stream, boys. Like the stream. Hey, did we just get rated? Did we just get rated? Who did we get rated by? Who did we get rated by? Every time I get rated, it doesn't show me the name. I don't know why it doesn't show me the name, and I'm getting really upset at YouTube. Who rated us? Who rated us, boys? I can't see. Somebody help. Generational money shot? Absolutely. It was a big one. Hope you enjoyed it. Welcome in, Raiders. I didn't see anything. X-Ray Girl raid. X-Ray Girl rated. See, that's what I'm saying. People say X-Ray Girl rated, but I didn't see shit. I didn't see shit. Shout out to X-Ray Girl. Thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate that. I wish YouTube would show me. But YouTube is gay. So there you go. Shout out to X-Ray Girl. Thank you for the raid. This is for you.
I am the foot god, Kaida.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right, guys, listen. We got a lot we got to talk about today. All right, there's a lot that we got to go over. We got to talk about, man. Oh, God. We got to talk about Nick Calandra. Not exactly somebody I wanted to talk about. I was so happy when he faded into irrelevancy. And unfortunately, he has to say some stupid stuff. And, you know, the only reason why I'm talking about it is because, well, to be fair, he is desperately trying to basically destroy us all. You know, that's just something that has been on his objective for the better of 2 years now. And instead of focusing on his own company, because he's got his quarterly report coming up soon, he's got to focus on what everybody else is doing. So we're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about Magic the Gathering, Wizards of the Coast. We're going to talk about Wizards of the Coast because they decided to not only put out some very interesting stuff lately. We're going to go over some of the posts they've made. But we're also going to talk about how apparently they had a survey go out lately. They had a survey go out today, and they only had the survey live for about 2 hours before they took it down. And they took it down because people were trolling them in the survey. And in that survey, they openly target content creators. I'm not kidding. They literally wanted you to snitch on the content creators that you watch that are actively potentially talking negatively about Magic the Gathering. They wanted you to give names as part of the survey. And they try to make it seem like it's so innocent, right? Like it's so innocent. But they wanted you to give names because, well, we all know what they're going to do with that information. False takedowns on YouTube, potential lawsuits to silence speech. They're going to do all that shit. So we're going to talk about that because I feel like it's very important to go over that. And we obviously got a million fast topics. I mean, we got so much things to talk about. Funny videos, all kinds of stuff, ladies and gentlemen. So buckle up. Tonight's going to be an interesting ride. But before we do that, we got to do the number one segment on YouTube, the number one segment on Rumble, the number one segment all around the galaxy. This segment is none other than the pre-stream legend.
Money, print money, cash, money, well, capitalism, raise a bunch of money, more money, heaps and heaps of money, print money, cash, money, well, capitalism, raise a bunch of money, super chat money.
As salty as the sea, calling us no-code names. SJW screaming, but it's money they blame. Burning with envy, they're falling flat. They can't handle the sound of a super chat.
All right. We got ourselves the pre-stream legends, ladies and
Fuck, you
gentlemen.
got another donation. Add it to the total. Sigh.
Yes, that's correct. It's not just Sonia that is counting tonight. There is a lot of people counting tonight. So let's go over and let's give them what they want, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Melancholy. Wood2 says Nick Calandra is one of the slimiest weasels around. Yep. I mean, that's obvious at this point. I mean, it's unbelievable. The guy has an easy ticket to be carried by Yahtzee, and he still refuses. He refuses to just focus on his company. He rather go after the chuds for some odd reason. Even though he claims to not be Access Media anymore, he sure likes to act like it. BioT Wolf 19 with a 5. My house was bitten by a werewolf. Now, in the light of the full moon, it becomes a warehouse. Not evil or anything, just more storage space. Nice one, BioT Wolf. Nice one. Nice one. Dragon Master with a 5 says, you know what's funny? My PC can't really handle Battlefield 6, so I'm resorting to playing Battlefield 1, and you know what? It's still fun as ever. Hey, there you go. Shout out to fucking Dragon Master, man. Shout out. As long as you get to play something, that's all that matters. Blession with a 5. Give Wizard of the Coast a break. The Pinkertons ain't cheap. Fuck 'em. How about that? UFO Omega with a 2. Escape from Duck Cobb dropped today. Go play it. Bro, I barely have time to play the things I want to play. But I'm sure I will figure it out. Ali Kusanagi gifting the first membership of the stream. Thank you so much, Ali Kusanagi. I appreciate that. And then King Demon Wing decided to drop a 5 membership banger. And he was the first one of the stream. Shout out to King Demon Wing, the absolute fucking legend.
Hey, yo, Buck, is that what I think it is?
Well, golly, Chuck, it's a membership banger.
And you already know what that means. Shout out to the legend himself, King Demon Wing. Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate the 5 membership banger. And then we got Trashy Drifter with a 489 says, I'm broke. Sad face. I can't gift it, Hypno, but I want you to check out Still Wakes the Deep. It's so good. So, Trashy Drifter. Just gonna show you something really quick, man. Just give me 1 second. Just gonna show you something real quick. It's gonna just go over here. So yeah. There is a YouTube channel. It's called Hypnotic Gaming Live. It's right here. Let me show you. So Hypnotic Gaming Live, right? And then when you go to playlists, right? Go to playlists. And then when you go to playlists, the most recent one is Still Wakes the Deep. So you don't watch the content, man? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Is that what you're trying to... It's okay. It's okay. I understand, man. I get it. I get it. We're already 3 streams in, by the way. We're actually already into the DLC. I beat the main gamer. I get it. I get it. But as you can see through the playlist, there's a lot of video games, man. A lot of video games that we've completed and that we've played, and we've had a great time with. Hopefully you join us, man. Join us over there. It's pretty fun. We have fun. Oh, that hurts. Trashy Drifter, don't worry about gifting it to me, man. If you're broke, keep your money, man. Love you and appreciate you. Just hang out for free. I appreciate you, brother. Take care of yourself first, always. We got Cracked Down with a 5. Says, hail Hypno and bigots. I hope all is well with everyone. Oh, and thanks, Hypnotic. I'm hooked on Achilles Survivor. Dude, I am addicted to what is it called? Deep Rock Galactic Survivor. I've been playing that shit like crazy. The fucking the engineer, I think the class is, with the fucking the drills on his hand and shit. So overpowered. So much fun. Ali Kusanagi with a 2 says that Foot God clip has me in stitches. That's the point. Razor Burn with a 2 says RIP Ace Free Heli, OG guitarist of Kiss. Yeah, man. Like, everybody's fucking dying, bro. This is crazy. This is absolutely insane, to be honest with you. I was going to go over that in Fast Topics. Steve Hancock's with a 2 says, evening, Hypno. What's up, man? How you doing? We got Alucard with a 2 said he had to get the money shot with the kid in the back. It's terrible. Mr. Vegeta with a 2 says, Hypno, did you see my post in art part of Discord? Not yet. I've been out all day, man. Debo with a 2. Mary had a little lamb. She's not vegan anymore. That is fucking dark, bro. That is fucking dark, bro. Holy shit. Did not see that coming. Wow. Debo. Wow. Wow. Ogle says, Hypnotic, what game did you just beat again? I missed it. Oh, Still Wakes the Deep. I'm in the DLC right now. But I just beat Still Wakes the Deep, the main story. All right, let's get into the Rumble Super Chats. We got Gray the Merchant with $1. Says, Wizard of the Coast. Hasbro's milking bitch. I remember Magic to be simpler, only for Hasbro to inject too many Universe Beyond and Wizard of the Coast fucking up D&D royally. In process of selling my expensive Magic deck. Damn. Yeah, I know fucking Leon is sick of what Wizard of the Coast is doing too. Torinol with $1 says Hypno definitely has a thing for the Great Pumpkin, demanding nobody can touch him. Nobody but him can touch pumpkins. No, I didn't say that. I didn't say I could touch the pumpkin. I said don't touch the fucking pumpkin, meaning nobody. See, I didn't say that. Abhorrent Soul over on Rumble, gifting 5 Hypnotic memberships. Shout out to Abhorrent Soul. Thank you so much.
Let's get some fucking subs, bitches!
Shout out to Abhorrent Soul. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that, man. That is absolutely fucking legendary. And then we got the King with a $10 banger. Says AI Furry Tiger Hypno with a diaper. No, I don't want that. No, thank you. Anti-Federalist Pain gives some membership over on Rumble. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. And then Anti-Federalist Pain gives $1 3 times and says 5, 13, 11. And then Anti-Federalist Pain with another 5 says, don't mind me, just messing with the counters. Damn, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. He's trying to mess with you. He's trying to mess with you, Sonia, on your counter. Or maybe he's trying to mess with these people, perhaps.
Fuck, he got another donation. Add it to the total. Sigh.
It's definitely one of the two. It's one of the two. Sonia says, do it. Do it. I would not with the chat. I would not. The chat will absolutely troll you, Sonia. She says, I'm not scared. Oh, no. Sonia, do not troll. The chat will troll you back. Don't do it. Don't do it. King Joker with the 5 membership bank.
Let's get some fucking subs, bitches!
Shout out to King Joker. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you. Yeah, Sonia, don't threaten the chat, man. Otherwise, we're never gonna fucking get to topics. Don't do it. It's happened before. It'll definitely Hypnotic Enrapture. Nope. Sonia's not challenging you. Stop it. I see you in Rumble. He said Sonia's challenging us. No. It's not happening. Let's not do this. Demon Carol with a 367. Chat will go undefeated. Oh God, here we go. Anubis Hades with a 2 says using AI gen to make gooder shit. Sounds like fun, man. Keep going. Anti-Federalist Pain with a 2 says 1. Oh my God. All right, we're done. We're gonna get into the gifted games and then we're getting into the content, boys. I gotta hurry up before people freaking lose their minds. Anti-Federalist Pain for $1 says $6. Nice. There you go. All right, we got gifted games, man. Let's check it out. What do we got? So we got Angmar WK, not saying anything, and gifting Karateka from Prince of Persia creator Jordan Mechner. The original side-scrolling karate classic comes to Steam with art by Jeff Matsuda, the Batman, and music by Grammy-winning composer Christopher Tin from Civilization. Holy shit, shout out to Angmar WK. Thank you for that, bro. I appreciate that. And then UF Omega says, play this or you're gay. Escape from Duckov. Oh my God, I thought you misspelled Escape from Tarkov when you first mentioned it. I didn't realize there was actually a game called Escape from Duckov. I had no fucking idea that was real. Oh my God, bro. Holy shit, that's amazing. Shout out to UF Omega. Thank you, man. I appreciate that, bro. Shout out. Blession with a 314 says, have some pie. I'm okay. I'm sure the chat will love some pie. All right, guys, we are fully caught up. Thank you guys so much for the support as we are on our way. If we get lucky tonight to 474 tier 1s in a row and 163 tier 2s in a row. So let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do. All right, let's get into the topics, boys. Let's X all this shit out. We're going to get into the funny stuff first. Or actually, no, let's cover the serious stuff first. Let's cover the serious stuff. Let's not cover the funny stuff first. Hold on. So, as mentioned in the chat before, but I will mention it again. It seems like everybody's fucking dying now. It's crazy. This just came in not even that long ago. When did this come in? About 3 hours ago, 2 hours ago. Ace, the founding guitarist of Kiss, dies at 74. Very, very, very sad. We also, obviously, the other big one as well that we got to talk about. Let me bring it up. Hold on really quick. Where is it at? We got, obviously, Itagaki. Itagaki has also passed away. He is the Team Ninja founder and Ninja Gaiden director. Itagaki unfortunately passed away, and he passed away young too. Fairly young, man. He was 58 years old. Really sad, man. Everybody's just fucking falling over, dude. It sucks. It sucks. But Itagaki did officially pass away. He was the founder of Team Ninja and the creator of the Dead or Alive series. And unfortunately, this is where we're at. There was a post, and I'll showcase it to you really quick, from Katsuhito from Tekken. This post was pretty hardcore. Let me show you this post really quick. So Katsuhito says, it's hard to believe, but Itagaki-san, my senior from university and my rival as a creator, has passed away. The last message I ever received from him was, let's go drinking. Let's make some noise soon. To think that he's gone from just 58 years old. Yes, everyone dies eventually. That's inevitable. But isn't it a bit too soon? Didn't you say you were going to defeat me someday? Didn't you come to my wedding wearing your usual black leather jacket and sunglasses and call me your comrade in arms? Didn't you tell me to come to you whenever I was in trouble? I never even got the chance to consult you about anything. Honestly, I'm really depressed. Kind of sad, man. Kind of sad. Now, in regards to Itagaki's final message, yeah, he sounds really sad. Itagaki posted something on his, I believe, Facebook or some sort of social media. I don't remember where exactly. I don't think maybe it was Facebook, but regardless, he said this was his last post, almost as if he knew he was gonna die. It's very eerily similar to the Ultimate Warrior. Remember what happened to the Ultimate Warrior in the WWE? Remember how he finally came back to the WWE? He was in the ring and he gave a speech and he was like, every warrior's heart beats its final beat. Like, it was very ominous. And then 2 days later, he dies from a heart attack. It's fucking crazy, bro. Anyway, words I leave behind. The flame of my life is finally about to go out. If this message has been posted, it means that the time has come. I am no longer in this world. The final post has been entrusted to someone dear to me. My life was a series of battles, and I kept on winning. I know I caused trouble for many along the way, but I followed my convictions and fought to the very end. I have no regrets. Only one thing weighs on me. I am deeply sorry to all my fans that I couldn't bring you a new work. I truly am. That's just how it is. So it goes. Fucked up, man. Fucked up. So this last post, he entrusted somebody close to him to post this on his behalf because he knew that his time was coming. And this was basically like his goodbye post. And he told the person that when he officially dies to post this on social media, and that's exactly what they did. So pretty insane. It sucks, but he's not lying, man. This is kind of how it goes. How did he pass? I don't know, but if I had to guess, considering he knew when his time was coming, I gotta imagine he was sick with something that he didn't tell anybody about. And eventually it caught up to him, and he gave one final message before, eventually that's it. So pretty fucking wild, but it's a somber day. We're still going to try to have fun today and smile today, but just something that we had to cover and go over. So RIP to those two legends. Again, absolutely insane, man. Insane. Really quick, talking about insane. Let's cover some super chats really quick because something insane happened. Mystic Vegeta with a 2 says, there already is a baby Hypno in diaper. Oops. Yeah, I don't want to see that. Denariah with a 269. We could always turn you into Timu Ricky Martin. I'm okay. And then Gamer Forever with an absolutely positively massive 3,000 NOK, which equates to about 300 USD. He says, we all must stand together to fight censorship of anime, manga, and games. United we stand, divided we fall. Let's show our old-time leaders that our spirit will never break, never bend the knee. To those payment processors or dumb members of Collective Shout, and all those left woke brick brains, we all must raise our voices together. And he asked for gingers. The man wants gingers. And I will deliver onto him ginger.
It's the Red Boy Hyper Banger, bitches! Let's bring the ladies in!
Shout out to Gamer Forever. Shout out to Gamer Forever. Thank you so much for the NOK 3000. I appreciate that, man. Truly legendary. Truly a Viking. Thank you so much, brother. And then we got Tifa Lockhart with a 2. RIP Hypno. Well, taking your manga to Goodwill. That's fucked up. Do not take my manga to Goodwill. That is not going to happen. Shout out to Tifa Lockhart. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Guys, the AI system that I utilize has been upgraded pretty substantially recently. The detail is incredible. That's how I've been able to make clips like this.
Are we ready to do this, cuh?
We have no choice, cuh. Let's do this, y'all.
I also got something that I'm working on. So I'm in the process of doing a redesign of the avatar. I want to make it sleeker, a little bit more prettier, a little bit more I don't know how to say it, animated. Just look nicer, look more anime instead of American comic book. But I'm working on some stuff, and I was experimenting with the AI today. I use VO3 for the people who are curious. It got upgraded to VO 3.1, which is again, it's pretty damn good. It's pretty damn good. There is a clip that I made. Let me show this to you really quick. Where are we at? You guys remember when I thought about tossing around the idea of going from for tier 3 turning into a Gundam? You guys remember when I tossed around that idea? So I wanted to experiment with it just to see what that would look like. And ironically, the AI was actually able to pull it off. So I'll give you a little sneak peek of what I've been playing around with here. How badass is that, bro? That's so fucking cool. That's so fucking cool. So, I'm messing around with things. I'm messing around with things and experimenting. We're gonna see what I can do. But we'll go from there. We'll see what's possible. But yeah, it's fucking badass, man. It's so badass. I'll play it again. That's so cool. That's so cool. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Yeah. So like I said, guys, I'm working on stuff in the background. But I want to redesign. I want to redesign a bunch of things for sure. Hell yeah, I'm so proud of it. Hypno went Master Gundam. Hypno gave his Gundam self-radiator tits. I didn't do that. That's the AI. The AI did that. The AI did that, okay? I also have been redesigning the avatar. Let me show you really quick, really fast. Let me show you really fast. Just to give you an idea. So I want to make it cleaner. Let me show you. So obviously we're gonna have the typical black and red, you know. Hold on, where are we at? There we go. So obviously you could see my avatar right now, right? And look at the difference. I'm sure you should be able to spot it pretty quickly. Pretty quickly. You can see the difference. Still has the hypnotic eyes, obviously. Looks sleeker, meaner, more animated, for sure. Definitely looks nicer, in my opinion. And then also you have the return of different colors. So if you guys remember, I used to do different colors. Well, now you got the return of white Clan's hood, as they used to call it. Clan's hood, Hypno with the white and red looks pretty sick. And I'll do some other colors too to kind of experiment. But I do like the white. I definitely like the white. So we'll see how that goes. But like I said, guys, we got a lot. I'm working on a lot, man. I'm working on a lot. We've been going 2 years with this style, and I want to do some changes, invest back into the channel, and try to figure out like how I can, make some changes. So, all right, let's figure out what we're gonna do. Let's go. Let's go. We were playing around enough. Let's get to the topics, ladies and gentlemen. Number one, as expected, the baby tiger. They got banned yesterday for whatever reason. Got basically a Hassan slap on the wrist, where Tiger apparently was unbanned on Twitch after 24 hours, after 1 day, which we all knew that was going to happen. They got unbanned. And Asmigol says this is a person who goes live as a furry version of a baby for the purpose of sexual arousal. How is it that posting and drawing art of underage characters in a sexual nature isn't an instant permaban? What the fuck is going on at Twitch? Philip Chan says this dude's account is clearly trying to lure in kids to be groomed and indoctrinated. The fact that Twitch has not permanently banned this account shows that they condone this type of content. I don't know what it's going to take for people to realize that Twitch has condoned this content since day one. I don't know what's going to take, because Twitch is Twitch, right? Twitch is fucked up. That's just what it is. Twitch is fucked up. They're insane. They don't apply the rules evenly. There's a reason why I stopped streaming on Twitch ages ago. I'm just not like, Twitch as a platform is completely, utterly fucked. And I think we need to stop looking for Twitch to do anything that's actually going to be any sort of normalcy. You know what I mean? Like, Twitch is not going to do that. Twitch has had all kinds of nonsense on their homepage. We are talking about a platform where the youngest age that can subscribe or join the platform is 13 years old. And it's the same platform that had hot tub streamers on their main page. You had girls in literal fucking bikinis bending over in front of cameras. Yeah, now you got fucking baby furries showing up on the homepage. Nothing is going to change. Twitch is going to go down its own self-destructive route. The only thing that is going to kill Twitch is Twitch itself. And the sad thing is that this would have already happened if they were not being funded by Amazon, right? If they were not being subsidized by Amazon, they would already be dead. Twitch has not made money in its entire time that it's existed. It has lost more money now than it has ever done in the past. It keeps losing more and more and more money. So the only reason why Twitch is around is because it's subsidized by Amazon. Literally the only reason around. Also, the only other reason it's around is because of the influence that Twitch has, right? So there is a lot of people that still utilize the platform, not as much as they used to be, but there still is a lot of people that utilize it. And those people can be influenced, right? Gaming is a highly influential market. We just talked about this yesterday when we were talking about Saudi Arabia and the EA buyout and how the government, the U.S. government, thinks that the Saudis are buying EA for the influence, not for the money, which I agree with to an extent. So gaming is a hardcore influential market, and Twitch is trying to utilize their platform to try to influence younger and younger minds. I mean, the CEO even said himself, that he wants younger and younger people on Twitch. Why would you say that? Why would you say that? Like, why would you want people that are like 13 or under on your platform that features things like this? Like, why would you want that? Especially when you clearly don't moderate it, when you clearly don't you don't have proper age restrictions in place. And then the people that try to skirt those rules, you let them slide because you agree with whatever they're doing. You know, like, why would you want that otherwise? It's just a little bit strange. I mean, for God's sakes, a fucking woman gave birth on Twitch. A woman gave birth on Twitch. This is not a gaming platform anymore. It hasn't been for the longest time. Now it's just a fucking wild, wild west. All as long as you are a progressive, as long as you are openly progressive on the platform, you can do pretty much whatever the fuck you want to do. And if they ban you, it's going to be 24 hours just so they can say they did it. That way they can say, well, we're enforcing our rules regularly. Look, we banned this leftist. Don't pay attention to the fact that it was 24 hours. And we banned this other guy for calling a girl fat for like 2 weeks. But we did it. Seriously? Yes, seriously. A girl gave birth on Twitch live for everyone to see. I'm surprised people still don't know that. Mogul says a woman gave birth. Yes. Yes, she did. And you want to hear something crazier? Dan Clancy, the CEO of Twitch, was in the chat congratulating her. He was in the chat and he was like, great job. I'm so proud of you. I'm like, excuse me? What? It was all done live and the fucking CEO was in there cheering it on. So again, I want to be very clear. Twitch as a platform is completely fucked. Stop looking for Twitch to fix. It's not. Unless Twitch gets bought out by somebody else, it's not. Pharaoh says, wait, that is real? Thought it was a joke performance? No, it is not a joke. It's real. It's absolutely real. It was not a joke. This bitch gave birth live for everyone to see. Crazy shit, man. Crazy shit. Anyway, it's birthing person, not mother. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot. Birthing person. All right, let's go over some funny stuff. Let's go over some funny stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, I had to see this. So now you had to see this. I'm sorry.
Holy shit.
Whew. So I'm going to try not to laugh. I'm going to try really hard to cover this. To cover this properly. It says, what you mean I'm too short for the Starfleet? I'm 5'7" today. You guys don't realize it gets worse as you scroll down.
Holy shit.
Fuck. Oh my God, bro. Oh my God. So then people have been taking this and they've been editing it into videos, which I was kind of tempted to do. I just didn't have time. Otherwise, I would have did it myself. Holy shit, bro. This is fucking crazy. This is what AI was made for, man. This right here is what AI was made for. If you're not using AI for this, you're doing something wrong. Clearly. Who made this? Shout out, man. Holy shit. Who made this? Nick Rouge says, Kata, you make it too easy. Shout out, man. That was hilarious. All right, moving on. I just had to share that with you. What else we got? Oh, this fucking bro. Did you guys see this? Let me show you this. So, if you guys know who this is, then you need to repent. If you guys know who this woman is on the left, you need to repent right now. I see you. I see you, you dirty, you dirty dirt. I see you. I see you. All right, so Sasha Grey, who apparently is a full-time Twitch streamer. Okay. She went on defense for Hassan for obvious reasons. I'm sure she's probably done really good defense for Hassan, if you know what I'm saying. Who is that? God bless your soul, Dana Ryer. I could only imagine why you don't know who Sasha Grey is. But anyway. So Sasha Grey is decided that it was in her best interest to go on defense for Hassan. And then she ends up getting felted live for everybody to see when she ends up watching a video proving that it was actually a shock collar. Watch this video. It's actually hilarious. Watch this.
I saw someone who provided info of the collar when he showed it. He took out the contact points and put electrical tape over it. I watched the same clip. There's no tape. And you can't take those points out. You cannot cut the prongs off man, that's what I'm saying. The cope is so hard with a lot of people on this.
A few moments later.
Like the electric prongs are taken out of it.
But here's my thing, right?
Oh, I don't want to watch any more of this.
How convenient. How convenient, you retard. You fucking retard. Oh, of course. Of course. Of course you don't want to watch any more of this. Why would you want to watch any more of this? This is like literally caught in 4K, you fucking idiot. Stupid. God damn, man. So I saw this and I laughed my ass off, because what this proves is that you don't want the facts. You only want the story, right? So for them, they only want the story of Hassan is innocent just because it's Hassan. And the moment you got literal proof that you can unscrew the prongs from the shock collar, you were like, oh, well, I don't want to watch this anymore. Why not? Why not? Why don't you want to watch this anymore? You should watch this. You should keep watching it. Griff, you don't know who she is? Listen, man. All I'm saying is that do not Google Sasha Grey if you are in any public space. That's all I'm saying. Don't Google Sasha Grey in any public space. Please, for the love of God. Don't do it around your family or anything like that if you want to know who she is. Because she's a wild one, okay? She's a wild one. You just did? Oh, Lord help you. Lord help you. In any case, so yeah, don't hit the images section. Don't hit the images section either. Just stay far away. Treat her like the pumpkin. Don't do it. Don't do it. Anyway, so I saw this clip and I just thought this was hilarious because I'm looking at this. I'm like, bro, it literally shows. Like, first off, you were saying with absolute certainty that it was cope and that you can't remove the prongs. And then you were proven wrong in the video. And you're like, nope, I don't want to watch this anymore. You make it so obvious. You make it so fucking obvious that for you, it's about the story. For you, it's about maintaining the narrative. And this is how all those Hassan-like orbiters, this is how they act. This is how they act. They don't care about whether or not something is true or not. They only care about maintaining the narrative. So in any case, let's continue. I just thought it was funny. I wanted to share that with you. It was a good edit. That was an edit by Best Friend Kick over on X. Just want to share their X so they get credit. Best Friend Kick over on X. Check that out if you want to see more of that. Oh, here we go. There's a particular clip that's going around right now from Libs to TikTok about somebody called Rebecca Sugar, which is a highly sus name, by the way. Oh, we got a Ubu. Wait, hold on. We're at tier 2. We're at tier 2 already? We're at tier 2? Holy shit. Shout out to all you guys. Apparently we hit tier 2. Holy fuck. That's insane. That was very, very, very fast. Very fast. I was not expecting that. Thank you guys so much. Holy shit. I greatly appreciate it, man. Tier 2 already. And we're still doing the fast topics, man. Wow. Wow, you guys are something else, man. Thank you. Sincerely, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, let's cover this from Libs of TikTok. So this is somebody called Rebecca Sugar, who is the creator of a kids show called Steven Universe. No idea what this show is personally, but we're going to get into it, I'm sure. And apparently she says the quiet part out loud. So I could only imagine it has to do with LGBTQ stuff. It says that she used her position to secretly inject LGBTQ propaganda into the show behind the network's back. LGBTQ activists use kids shows to groom kids. So let's check this out and see what's going on here. I mean, this thing literally looks like a Hobbit, but let's just press play.
When I was showrunning Steven Universe, Garnet was my hill to die on. Garnet was based off my relationship with Ian. Ruby and Sapphire are us. We were running the show together. We knew at that time, this was 2011, 2012, that we weren't going to be allowed to show Ruby and Sapphire in a relationship with each other. So we were trying to figure out a way to have it be a character that you already loved so much that it just could not be taken out of the fabric of the show itself. We kept Ruby and Sapphire hidden from the network until 2014 when we finally made Jailbreak. And as expected, we got the note that these characters cannot be in a romantic relationship. I said that they are. They sing a song about it. They're in love. The song's already been recorded. We can't take it out. And it also was just right. It was just what the story was about. We got the characters in, and from then on, every episode with Ruby and Sapphire was a big uphill battle, but it was one that I was willing to fight. I would compromise on other things, but I would not compromise on Ruby and Sapphire.
Oh my God, bro. I mean, is anybody really surprised? I mean, sincerely, is anybody surprised? I'm honestly, I don't know the politics, of like the back room between the studio and the creator. I don't know the politics. I don't know the contracts. But if I was the studio, I would kick this bitch right the fuck out. Sincerely. But again, it all depends on the contracts and stuff like that. But the moment I found out that they were trying to hide things and they were trying to basically circumvent the show, I would absolutely kick her the fuck out and be like, well, you're not doing anything that's in the best interest of the studio. Because if you need the studio in order for the show to work, it goes now it goes past your creation. If this was something that you were self-funding, if this was something that you were self-publishing, if this was something that you were putting out on your own, then you could make it whatever the fuck you want. But if you're relying on a network in order to fund and publish and push this show out there, and you need them for the show to go out there, then you need to abide by their rules. And if you wanted to circumvent them, I genuinely feel like the network should have kicked her the fuck out or canceled the show or something. I don't know how successful the show was, so forgive me. I don't watch this stuff. But if the network was the one that was taking the risk, because the network's taking the risk, right? It's not her. If she was self-publishing it, if she was putting it out herself, then she would take the risk. But the Cartoon Network is the one that was taking the risk. So why are you forcing them to take the risk? Yamato says the show lasted like 8 years in a movie. I'm not surprised. Again, I don't know how successful it was. I don't watch this shit. But it tells me that she wanted to push this message so bad that she was willing to circumvent the studio. She was willing to circumvent Cartoon Network or whoever in order to get what she wanted and basically get them to the point where they could not say no willingly. Get them to the point where the show was so popular that by the time anybody figured out that the characters were gay, it was too late. I mean, look at Cartoon Network now. Look at Cartoon Network now. They're fucking dead, bro. It's so sad. In any case, I saw this and I was like, I got to share it with you guys because, again, you want to make this stuff, go make this stuff. Go publish this yourself or go find a studio that is willing to take the risk for whatever you're trying to do, right? Those are your two options. But I think it's an asshole move for you to circumvent the studio. I think it's an asshole move that you know they're not going to be okay with it, and you tried to find a way to do it anyway, and now look at that studio dead. It's crazy, man. Crazy. It was Tangible Cog said this was so obvious. I'm surprised people didn't catch on from the start. I don't watch this shit, so again, I don't know. Ashton says Cartoon Network died a long time ago. Yeah, I agree. And Cartoon Network was so legendary back in the day, man. So fucking legendary. It was amazing. All right, let's continue. One more quick topic, and then we're gonna do some gaming stuff. Did you guys remember the story that I told you about Snoop Dogg? Remember when Snoop Dogg told the story in the press that he went to go see, I believe, Buzz Lightyear, and he was flabbergasted by the gay shit that he saw in Buzz Lightyear, and he was sick because he had to explain to his nephew or whatever, like what that gay shit was and why they were seeing it? Well, remember he apologized because obviously they came to try to cancel him and he bent the knee. Remember that? And he apologized. Well, remember, it's not enough. Apologies are not enough. Apologies are never enough. You can't just apologize. You have to submit. You have to be publicly their bitch, right? You have to basically be out there and be an ally. You have to be an ally in every sense of the word. And guess what happened? I'm just going to play it.
Love is Love is a record that my kids program, Doggyland, presented me, where it's the song where it's teaching love is love, it's teaching parenthood, it's teaching the situations that kids and the world is going through right now in a beautiful way through song, dance, melody, and just trying to get more understanding, clarity on how we live and the way we live. And I felt like this music is a beautiful, bridge to bringing understanding. This is a program that we've been doing for years where we involve kids, and these are things that kids have questions.
He made a new track called Love is Love, bro. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. So not only did he apologize and bent the knee after he got, lambasted by them, but now he made a song called Love is Love that they forced him to make. I guarantee you they forced him to make it. And he's done. He's done.
So now hopefully we can help answer these questions and, help them to live a happy life and understand that love is love.
Amen. I don't know if you knew this, but I was a nanny in New York.
No, you wasn't. You wasn't no.
Oh, this guy's gay as fuck. Definitely. The moment he spoke, I'm like, yep. Gay as fuck.
Man, you probably was letting the kids do whatever they want.
I sure did. Man. I sure did. But I had like 8 jobs, and
Are you Jamaican?
How are you trying to look so fucking gangster right now? And you talking about love is love? Oh my God, this is crazy shit, bro. What happened? What happened? This is a prime example of you need to get out while you are on top. You need to get out while you are on top. Get the fuck out and retire a hero, because God damn, this is rough. This is rough. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is rough. I feel like this is elder abuse. I feel like they literally have a gun to his head and they're like, you gonna say this shit. You gonna say love is love, motherfucker. Like, I feel like that's what they're doing here.
Because I have 3 jobs.
Well, I had 8. And one of them was being a nanny, and it was to 2 dads. And I had, I grew up in Tennessee, so I'd never really seen that before. And I didn't really think anything of it. I was like, I'm in New York, And, but they had one son named Malcolm, and I was his nanny for about 2 years, and we formed a really big bond. And I was like, I don't know what.
Hey, yo, wait, what? You had a really good bond with a boy as a nanny? Where is this story going? Where is
what
this
I can
story?
possibly do for these 2 dads. because they kept finding ways to support me. They were like, because I also was a personal trainer. They were like, well, we'll also personal train with you, and then you can also help them with piano. They just wanted to support me being a struggling, artist in New York. And so I was like, what can I possibly do for them for Christmas? Because I can't really buy them anything. But I wrote them this long letter being like, you have made me realize that I can be a dad.
Ladies and gentlemen, what the fuck? What the fuck? He was their little boy toy, probably. So anyway, this is a story that comes full circle. And I wanted to share it with you because we covered Snoop Dogg. We covered it when it first happened, and his initial response was based. And then unfortunately, if they got to him, he apologized, bent the knee, but that's not enough. Now he had to make a whole fucking music video, a whole new record saying love is love and all this nonsense. And I'm just trying to understand the way we live. You know what I mean? Crazy shit, bro. Absolutely. What a fall. What a fall from grace. It really is sad, man. It really is sad. It makes me wonder what would have happened to some of the OGs, right? If they were still around, if they were still alive. Like, what would have happened to Biggie if Biggie was still alive? What would have happened to Tupac if Tupac was still alive? Would he have been pushing love is love and shit? And would the public have tried to cancel him if he was still alive? Let's say he said, fuck that shit, right? Would they have tried to cancel him? I don't know. It just makes me wonder. But this is elder abuse, in my opinion. Yo, look at this video. Yo, AI is crazy. I did this in literally just a couple of seconds. Holy shit. This is wild. Hold on. Wait. Hold on. This is crazy. Let it.
Say love is love. Say it, bitch. Say love is love.
Holy shit, it's crazy. That's insane. Oh my God, dude. Oh my God. It's too much. I should post that. On this. Oh man, I am. Yeah, dude, let me not. I don't want to get banned on X. That's crazy, man. Oh man, you should have made that with Sora and the actual Snoop Dogg. I don't have Sora, so I'm not special enough to have Sora, but it's okay. I have VO. I'll make a better one later. I literally made that in like 10 seconds. So, all right, moving on. Let's talk about, hold on. We have a follow-up story, boys. So the other day we talked about Alexis Cote, which was the Assassin's Creed former Assassin's Creed. Right? Former Assassin's Creed director or head of the studio, whatever, Mark Alexis Cote. They basically said that he left the company. They couldn't come to an agreement and he left the company of his own volition. Well, apparently now, as I told you guys was going to happen, more information has come out. And now apparently he is saying that he did not leave the company voluntarily. He is saying that he stayed at his post until Ubisoft asked him to step aside from the company. So now the story seems to be changing. And now he is coming out and speaking out. And we knew this was kind of going to happen. So let's see what's going on here. What has he got to say? He says, many of you expressed surprise that I would choose to leave Assassin's Creed after so many years, especially given the passion that I still hold for it. Cote wrote in an emotional, occasionally gutting message posted on LinkedIn. The truth is simple. I did not make that choice. Ubisoft decided to transfer the leadership of the Assassin's Creed franchise to someone closer to its new organizational structure. A different position was mentioned, but did not carry the same scope, mandate, or continuity with the work that I have been entrusted with in recent years. The Assassin's Creed games, along with Far Cry and Rainbow Six, are now under the control of Vantage Studios, which is a Tencent-backed subsidiary headed up by the CEOs, co-CEOs, Christoph and Ubisoft veteran who's been with the company for 35 years, Charlie, son of the Ubisoft CEO, Yves, who headed up development of the now shuttered Tom Clancy's Elite Squad mobile game. He then co-founded an NFT company and then returned to Ubisoft to assume leadership of its 3 biggest franchises. Despite all that, Cote said that he holds no resentment and that he'll always be grateful for the people, the projects, and the belief that together we could create worlds that inspire millions. But I also owe it to my teams, past and present, to say this plainly. I did not walk away. I stayed in my post until Ubisoft asked me to step aside, he wrote. As someone who grew up inspired by Star Trek, in the later years of my career, I came to see myself as the captain of the Assassin's Creed ship, someone who leaves only once every soul on board is safe. And that is exactly what I've done for as long as I could. So, like I mentioned last time when we covered this, I think there is more at play. I think there is absolutely turmoil that is happening over at Ubisoft. You want to call it a hostile takeover. You can call it whatever you want. But I think what's happening here is that the influence of Tencent is now starting to be felt, right? The influence of Tencent is going to be felt in the sense that even though Ubisoft on paper has creative control over pretty much everything, there's no fucking way that you have 25% ownership of a subsidiary and you don't have a say in anything. There's no way, right? That's impossible. So Tencent's control is now starting to show itself little by little. I'm not going to say they were the ones that got rid of Cote, but what I am going to say is they're the ones that are going to be making some massive changes. I don't think it's going to be the 2 co-CEOs. I think they're going to follow along with whatever Ubisoft says and whatever Tencent says. I think they're at the beck and call of the bigger people in charge, in my opinion. So in any case, this is where we're at, man. And I am sure that this is not going to be the end of it. I am sure that they're going to talk about this more. They're going to try to figure out, well, not that they're going to try to figure out, but Mark is going to end up speaking out more when he feels like it's safer to do so. He's probably going to do it when he has a new position somewhere. But I'm sure that he's going to speak out in some interview at some point in the future, and he's going to showcase more. He's going to expose more. It's only a matter of time. So we're going to have to wait and see. But I mean, he revealed this like what, 24 to 48 hours later? Wasn't even that long ago. So we'll see. But as of right now, this is where we're at with the whole Assassin's Creed stuff. And I'm sure there's going to be more people that are going to be fired or let go or quit or whatever. I'm sure it's going to happen. Okay, let's talk about The Crew 2 really quick. So speaking of Ubisoft, The Crew 2 has officially gone live with their offline mode. This is something that would have never happened if it wasn't for the lawsuit for The Crew, which is still active, by the way. But apparently The Crew 2's offline mode finally goes live. Hybrid mode, as it's probably known, lets players choose between online and offline play, or just automatically loads the game into offline mode when no connection is available. So this is a very small W, a very rare small W on Ubisoft's part. But I want to make it very clear that the only reason why this is even happening is because of the lawsuit for the first game. And it makes you wonder, oh, gee, look, it was possible, right? Because Ubisoft was fucking gaslighting people saying that this was not possible. That's what they were saying with the first game. They were like, oh, it's not possible. It's very difficult to do this. The game is not made for this, blah, blah, whatever. Well, now apparently it seems to be possible. Gee, look what happens when you actually put your brain to something. Everybody knows that you could do this with games like this because it's been done by fans. It's been done by modders. There's no reason why this is not possible, right? This has been done before. It's not like the technology doesn't exist. It exists. It's existed for a long time. So this is where we're at, and I just wanted to share this with you. For those of you who have The Crew 2, it does officially now have an offline mode. So there you go. Very rare Ubisoft W that was forced by players big time. Let's talk about Diablo 4. Now, if you guys are unaware, I played Diablo 4. I've slowed down quite a bit because I've been playing Battlefield 6 a lot. I've been cracking out on Battlefield 6. How many hours do I have in Battlefield 6 so far? Let's see. Probably not as much as Kata. I have 20 hours in Battlefield 6 in like 3 or 4 days. Not bad. Not bad. So Diablo 4, as you know it, is about to change again as Blizzard drops an expansion's worth of changes to its loot and combat. So apparently they're going to be changing Diablo 4 again, right? So if you guys don't remember, Diablo 4 when it shipped was awful. Okay, it was fucking trash. It was absolute garbage. And that's saying a lot considering that a lot of people had a problem with Diablo 3 until eventually, you know, after many, many patches and many, many fixes, it eventually became something decent. But Diablo 4 was absolute fucking garbage because the game was designed as a live service title. So they had so many different things that they did to it that a lot of people just didn't like, myself included. Then eventually over time, they added some things, changed some things, and then eventually became decent. It became okay, right? Like playable, I would say. And pretty rewarding from a loot standpoint. But apparently they're going to nuke the whole fucking thing again. They're going to nuke the whole thing. And this makes me semi-concerned because anytime Blizzard does this, anytime Blizzard, Joker says decent is a stretch, it went from a 3 to a 5. Well, that's what I mean. 5 is decent. 5 is average. So when I say decent, that's what I mean. Anytime Blizzard does this, this is a major red flag. I have a big problem with them making such big changes so fast, and I feel like that is going to be, I don't know. I just let's just talk about it. So Diablo 4 is going to change in a big way. The list of permanent updates Blizzard plans to implement in its next season bring foundational reworks to loot and combat that will trickle down into the rest of the game. All of it will be on the public test realm next week to test it out. But so far, it seems like Diablo 4 is about to become a tougher but more satisfying action RPG. Monsters will be meaner and your gear will be more customizable to help you face them. Old systems are returning in new ways and leaderboards are finally back. The change with the most impact and the most risk of under-delivering is with combat. Blizzard says monster behavior was too predictable. In a draft of blog posts it provided to PC Gamer, and that is tweaking things to each demon to give each one a stronger identity. On paper, this sounds like Diablo 4 combat might actually require some target priority, like taking care of a caster in the backline before the tank in the front. I've mindlessly torn through enough dungeons in the last few years to be a little skeptical about how much this will shift the feel of combat when your character's fully geared, but it sounds promising. Well, see, that's the problem. So when Diablo does this, yes, in the beginning, you're going to feel the strategy. You're going to feel the difficulty. But what's going to happen is once you gear up and you start getting more and more gear, it becomes, you just face roll. Like, especially certain builds you absolutely face roll. And there really is no strategy. Supported by other major changes to loot and your character's defenses, Blizzard says monsters won't get blown up before they've even landed a hit on you, and that has gone through reworked the affixes they gain in combat and added new ones, which previously were things like resistances to certain elemental damage types or post-mortem poison explosions. If this works like it says it will, Blizzard might solve Diablo 4's tendency to turn into a lawn mowing simulator the moment you pick up a few legendary items. I would love more of a challenge in the early game so every gear upgrade feels meaningful. Everyone should be able to get to the point where they're flattening monsters before they crawl out of the ground. But it should be an incremental journey to get there, not one big jump like it is now. So, as of right now in the current season, my sorcerer, I have a Chain Lightning sorcerer. I can play Torment 2. And in Torment 2, I literally flatten everything. I flatten everything. Like, it's not even one Chain Lightning and the fucking thing bounces around and destroys everything. It is unbelievable. Again, I haven't reached Torment 4 yet. I'm sure in Torment 4, it won't be the same. But this is how it's always been. Like, when you get certain level of gear, I mean, I'm item level 800 all across the board with a few upgrades here and there. It does turn into a lawn mowing simulator. That's kind of the point, though. So, I don't know, man. I still look at this. Oh, here we go. Loot Reborn. The second major rework is coming to items. Diablo 4's 2 crafting systems, tempering and masterworking, will work a lot differently next season. Instead of rolling the dice to try to get the right stat, add it onto your gear with tempering, you'll be guaranteed to add whichever one you want. Legendary items will drop with 4 affixes, and you'll be able to add and replace the 5th one at will. Masterworking upgrades won't increase the values on item affixes anymore, and will now increase its quality. When you masterwork a weapon, for example, each upgrade will boost how much damage it does, which is a number you couldn't previously improve. This will also mean you can increase the armor values and elemental resistance on your other gear. I don't know, man. I really feel like this is this is going to be a major fucking change. And I guarantee you there's going to be so much complaining. So much complaining on the forums, so much complaining online. People are going to be pissed. This is a lot of changes to do in one simple patch. I feel like if they wanted to do combat, they should have did combat first, and then maybe the next season they could have did loot instead of doing it all at once. But I guess they go hand in hand. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'll report back and let you guys know how it is. Battlefield 6 has now supposedly passed not 6 million, but 7 million copies in just 3 days. 7 million copies in just 3 days. And keep in mind, this is Battlefield, right? This is Battlefield. And Ghost of Tsushima sold bonkers numbers. Ghost of Yote sold half of that. And Battlefield just came in out of nowhere and fucking felted Call of Duty. I would be very curious to see if Call of Duty releases the numbers. But considering that they are Game Pass now, I highly doubt they will. You know what they are going to do? They're going to be like, Call of Duty has 8 million players engaged in the first 3 days. They're going to do everything they possibly can to beat whatever the Battlefield number was. Except they're going to do it with fake numbers, and Battlefield's going to do it with real numbers. Just goes to show. Let me drink some water. Hold on. Yeah, they're absolutely going to do it with the Game Pass. 100%. Okay. Now we can talk about hold on. Let's see. Where are we at? 10:30. Let's see. Let's do one more fast topic. So, really quick. So, AI content now outnumbers human written articles on the internet. But the good news is that the slop seems to have plateaued for now. So, AI has taken over the internet so much, and I feel like this is not shocking, really. But AI has taken over the internet so much that it is now outpacing human written content or human produced content. I feel like it's always been that way, hence the whole dead internet theory. But anyway, it is only a matter of time before the majority of the content that you see online is going to be drafted up by AI. It's only a matter of time. The funny thing is, these journalists that claim to hate AI so much, they got caught utilizing AI for their own articles, which is, I think that's hilarious, by the way. They got caught utilizing fucking AI for their own articles, and meanwhile, they sit here and complain about AI-written articles being slop, right? Melodic says, dead internet conspiracy coming true. It is. It is. Absolutely is. So, I would be very curious to see what the numbers are like 5 years from now, because I feel like that's all it's going to take. I feel like all it's going to take is 5 more years, and we are going to see an AI-dominated internet, maybe even sooner than that. We're going to see almost everything being AI, even content creation, which is kind of sad. But it will start with handwritten stuff first. Sword in Hand says AI will replace journalists. I agree. I agree. AI, just like automation did in the past, AI is going to replace the easier stuff first. So gaming, journalism in general, that is going to be replaced by AI first, because that is the easy thing, right? And then after that, it'll be eventual video content creation or video creation of some kind. That's going to come after the written stuff. The written stuff is easier to do right now. How come, like, if you look at some of these journalist websites, and we did it the other day with, I think it was PC Gamer. If you look at some of the journalist websites, look at some of the people who are writing on it, right? Some of these people who are writing on it, they all have Indian names. They've never been seen before or heard before from anyone ever before. And magically, they're putting out 3 articles a day. You never heard from these people before. No idea who they are. They all have Indian names. They all have weird backstories that don't make any sense. And meanwhile, they're writing for PC Gamer. It's because they're fucking AI, bro. I'm telling you, like, when I look at some of these profiles, they look like AI. The picture looks fake. The profile looks fake. Everything looks fake. And you know how you could definitely tell they're fake? Most of them don't have social medias. If you look at some of these AI-looking journalists, most of them don't have a link to their social medias because they're not real people. It's crazy. Shinphil says the foot god Kata will take over all of the urinalist jobs.
I am the foot god, Kaida.
True. Absolutely true. Peaches and Cream says my picture is real. How do we know? How do we know? Nobody. You could tell who saw this and who did it. Look at the chat. Look at the chat. Chat's going crazy. They've never seen it before. Oh, man. I told you giving me AI was a bad idea. Giving me AI was a bad idea. Okay. I'm just telling you. You should have never gave me AI. That was a horrible idea. Anyway, so hey, for those of you who didn't see this, this is a really cool clip. There, I made it up. I made it up for the Kata clip. There you go. There you go. All right. Let's X that out. Okay, so now we're gonna cover. Now we're gonna cover the Nick Calandra stuff, and then we'll cover the Wizard of the Coast stuff. We're gonna do 2 videos. So give me 1 second. We're gonna do 2 videos because yeah, I mean that's where we're at. That's where we're at. We'll do the Nick Calandra stuff first. Kind of go from there. Actually, I'm curious. Hold on. Nick Calandra. Let me see. Let me see if I can find. Uh-huh. Yep. Let's do this. And let's do this. Yep. This is going to be good. This would be really good. Okay. So we're going to cover the Nick Calandra stuff because it's important. But first, let's catch up on Soups. We got Anti-Federalist Pain with a 692. Thank you for giving us a series that made Jiggle Physics mainstream. Itagaki. R.I.P. 513. So sad, man. So sad again. Gamer Forever with a 50. I'll be playing a lot of old games from NES, SNES, N64, PS1, and PS2. What is your favorite game? I don't have a favorite game, bro. Legit. People ask me that all the time, and I can't give an answer because there's too many games. I am more so a fan of series than I am of like one particular video game. Obviously, I do have breakout hits that I really like. Some are old, some are recent. Obviously, I love Expedition 33. I like the original Dragon Age Origins. I like Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3, even though the ending was fucking trash. I like the Final Fantasy series, obviously. I like the old school fucking Resident Evils, Parasite Eve, Dino Crisis. I mean, there's so many games that I've liked throughout history. Golden Sun on the Game Boy, Mega Man Battle Network. I've loved all these fucking games, man. So it's hard for me to say like one favorite game. Devil May Cry series, like too many games. So I don't really have a favorite game, but I have a bunch of favorite games that I could always mention. And obviously my MMORPGs, I played a lot of them, EverQuest, 1 and 2, World of Warcraft, Final Fantasy 11, Final Fantasy 14, Tabula Rasa, Star Wars Galaxies, the fuck else, man. God, there were so many. I forgot, but they're out there. So, where are we at? We got Mrs. Spangus Coffee with a 189. Hail Bigotronic Prime. Is that what I should call it? Bigotronic Prime? That'd be cool. Alucard with a 2. It's a Hypno. Shout out. Girthy Banana with a 99-cent super sticker. And then 199 says, who's doing the model rigging? I got to find someone. Yes. Star Wars, The Old Republic. That was yep, that one. Legend of Dragoon. Yes. Dragon Defender. Absolutely. Fucking love Legend of Dragoon. Japanese goth girl Vileplume with a 10. Yesterday, me and my boo had a hard discussion. We cried, then we hugged. As my tears trickled down his cheek, the touch of a black man started playing in my head. I thought it was fucking hilarious. That's funny. Shout out to Japanese Goth Girl Val Plume. Thank you so much for the 10. Alucard with a 2. I hope to God you didn't do an AI McDuggins. I did not. But I will now. Little Hypnotic with a 5. Please like my dad's stream so I can buy more cute costumes. It's not the likes that buy your costumes, Little Hypnotic. Come on. Grifter. Oh, man. Beautiful Zexel with a 2. I prefer the black and red model, IMO. Yeah, I mean, I like the black and red. But I used to have the white hoodie. I used to have the red hoodie. I used to have a blue hoodie. All kinds of stuff. T-Jap with a 355. This is officially tier 2. Uwu is unlocked. T-Jap just likes to be the one to make tier 2 like exactly happen. It's great. Thank you, T-Jap. I appreciate it. Space Monkey 189. Grok got massively censored. Why? What happened? I heard Grok was showing titties. Is that true? Is that true? Girthy Banana with a 189. Wasn't gray on blacked? Yes. So was Ryan Rogerathe. Son the Lich with an ARS 100. In defense of Sasha, I wouldn't be the first time that she has to take it right in the chin in other places. Fair enough. Melodic Method with 1 month. Like the stream, bigots. Shout out to Melodic Method, man. Fucking legend, bro. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, man. Sincerely. Flesiano with a 2. Sugar was as subtle as bull in China shop. There you go. The Mervoth with a 2 says neutering rap legends 1 by 1. I remember Eminem. Yeah, he's another one, bro. Eminem has just completely been cucked by TDS. It's crazy, man. Flesiano with a 5. Snoop Dogg became a Snip Dog. Yep. Luckily, he doesn't live with Hassan. Otherwise, he would have been a shock dog. Ha ha! Come on, I get to do it too, you know. Peaches and Cream with a 5. Snoop Dogg got neutered. Look how they massacred my boy. You know 50 Cent is clowning him right now. True, 100%. See, Brew with a 2. You're only on tier 2. Bro, check me out. I'd help. I'm 240. You don't say. Denariah with a 5. Changes to D4 are quite extensive, but the disappointing skill tree is not getting any attention. Spiritborn is OP. Managed to finish the S in 7 days. Wow, 7 days? That's fucking insane. Shout out to Denariah. Thank you, bro. Lucifer Morning with a 5. Played the current season of D4 for 3 weeks. 100% battle pass in season journey and stopped after hitting pit. Level 110 as a rogue. It's pathetic. Dude, I'm Paragon level almost 160 on my sorcerer. Almost 160. That's like 158, 159, something like that. C Brew with a 2 says, I'm Moratorium, Irwin, and ABF was Charlie Kirk. Wow. C Brew with a $2 for the Foot God. C Brew with a $2 for the Mwahahaha. UFO Omega with a 2. Alucard, why are you such a genius? Interesting. Cody Booth for 4 months. Hypno is a big fan of Peppa Pig. That he got platinum for it. That's insane, bro. Thank you, Cody Booth. Trey Burkhalter with a 5. Someone should tell Sasha, when you get your brain screwed out, they are not being literal. She has gotten quite railed in her life, for sure. And don't get it twisted. She was an expert. Okay. She was definitely, she was an expert. I'll just leave it at that. Hypnotic Enrapture with $1. Snoop is a coward bending over to a former grape victim's hatred in their feminine weakness and male enemies. These are the same insane feminists mutilating their bodies to be men and calling us transphobic. There you go. Shout out. Appreciate that, man. And then we got Anubis with a 2. Says fucking AI. 3 tabs generating gooder stuff. Yippee. I'm scared of what Anubis is generating. I'm scared. All right, boys. Let's get into the content. We are fully caught up everywhere. Thank you guys so much again for the insane support today. It's been... I'm going to cover Nick Calandra. This is somebody that I haven't talked about in probably over a year. I'm not even kidding. The last, I don't even know. I'll check right now out of curiosity. When was the last Nick Calandra video that I did? Let's see. Nick Calandra. The last Nick Calandra video I did was in August of 2024. It is now October of 2025. that was the last Nick Calandra video that I did. So there you go. There you go. I really don't want to be talking about this guy, but considering that he's targeting people like myself and others, I feel like it is important to cover just to kind of set the record straight. But yeah, it's been over a year since I've talked about Nicky Boy. Talking about Nicky Boy. So Nick Calandra is somebody who really hates the Chuds. All right, to put it lightly. I would even dare to say, in my opinion, that he hates the Chuds more than your typical people that claim to hate the Chuds. As I said, Jesus, it's been a year already. Yeah, bro, it's been a year already. Can you believe that? Time's flying, bro. Time's flying. So he really hates the fucking Chuds, and he decided to make a post over on, I believe it's LinkedIn, trying to summon the industry against the Chuds. And this is actually going to go hand in hand with our other story about Magic the Gathering and how they're trying to signal to go against the Chuds too. So they kind of go hand in hand. So we're going to talk about it. But Nick Calandra, for those of you that don't know, is somebody who got kicked out of the mainstream gaming industry, essentially. He'll say he left, but that's up to you whether or not you want to believe that. And he ended up founding a company called Second Wind, a YouTube channel that is run by, like, I don't know, 8 or 10 dudes. And they split the money that they get. They have a pretty successful Patreon. It brings in, like, I don't know, it's been losing money like crazy, but I still think it brings in over $40,000 a month. Pretty sure. Now, the majority of this has been backed by Yahtzee, who is the more popular creator. He brings in all the people. He brings in pretty much all the money. And these guys just make the content with them and they ride the coattails, essentially. So we're going to talk about how recently Nick Calandra decided that it was in his best interest to try to summon the companies against the Chuds. Let's go over this. I have a bunch of things that I want to cover regarding this situation. And I also have a screenshot for something that I talked about ages ago. When did I talk about this? I talked about this, what do you know, August 2024. Jesus Christ, man. And this would be the guy who would be like, oh, they make constant videos about me. Bro, I made a video about you in August of 2024. It is now October 2025. That is not constant. Anyway, so we're gonna talk about that. We also have a screenshot of their salaries. Last known, they have a quarterly earnings report that's coming up very soon. We're gonna find out updated information. So let's see what's going down. Anyway, let's get into it. Shout out to Master and TDS for this post. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so in today's video, we're going to be covering somebody who we have not covered since August of 2024, and that has none other than Nick Calandra. Nick Calandra is a content creator, fake access media journalist, whatever you want to call him, somebody who was part of the access media, but then essentially got kicked out or left on his own accord after a falling out with them and decided to found his own company. He's the co-founder and supposed content director of the YouTube channel called Second Wind. Now, Second Wind is a channel that is utilized by multiple different personalities, one of which is Yahtzee, who they basically leech off of his fame, leech off of his influence, and try to make as much money as possible. Now, their Patreon, which is highly successful, is not as successful as it used to be. Their Patreon used to make well over $50,000 a month, and I don't believe that it makes anywhere near that anymore. I made a post about them in August of 2024 that we're going to go over in this video, and we also have a screenshot of their last known salaries for each particular person working over at Second Wind that we're going to discuss as well. But why are we talking about Nick Calandra? Well, it's because, you know, I guess every year it's kind of like nobody wants to learn from history at this point, and they kind of want to repeat the same shit that they do all the time. Nick Calandra thought that it was in his best interest to try to summon the entire gaming industry to go against the people that he hates so much, which is the YouTubers. Yes, the people who make money, because it's really about money at the end of the day. He doesn't like that people make money speaking opposite of what he speaks, right? He wants to be the one who is the lead, right? He wants to be the one that has the only narrative. He wants to be the one that has the only YouTube channel that has conversations about video games in the industry, but then he doesn't want to be considered to be access media because he's outside of that circle now. This person decided to post on LinkedIn, and Master the TDS was nice enough to screen cap it. And if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have known, because I don't give a fuck about these people. I generally don't. Like I said, the last video I made was in August of 2024. It is now October 2025. I clearly don't fucking care about this guy. But when you're going to go after YouTubers and you're going to try to make the same claims that you made last year that got you in hot water in the first place, yeah, you best believe I'm going to do a follow-up video just to see what's going on. So shout out to Master the TDS. He says the following. Nick Calandra posted on LinkedIn urging game studios to take action against YouTubers and social media creators that he claims are lying and hurting sales. Kim Blair from Sweet Baby Inc. also liked the post, showing she most likely agrees with the sentiment. Now, two things I find very interesting about all of this, right? Number one, Nick Calandra, I'm almost positive at some point was one of the people who were trying to say that us, the YouTubers, us, the social media people, us, the chuds, we don't have any influence, right? He was trying to say that we don't mean anything. We're a small minority to the conversation. If he didn't say it, you damn sure know his orbiters said it. And meanwhile, here we are a year later where now apparently we have all the power in the world. Now, apparently, the moment we speak about a video game negatively, apparently that's enough to want to kill the game. I just find this to be interesting. Some days we have no power. Some days we have all the power. Some days it's never in between. It's always one or the other, depending on what the narrative is, right? And also, Sweet Baby Inc. liking this, I find to be hilarious. Kim Blair is a very smart woman in the sense that she likes to stay in the shadows and let other people do the fighting for her and let other people take the fall for her. But she'll be caught liking certain things every now and then. That it's pretty clear that she wants these things to happen. They all want these things to happen. But I'll discuss later on in this video why this is not going to happen. So another screenshot from Master TDS showcases that Sweet Baby Inc.'s website apparently was offline today, and it's been down since yesterday. Now, this could be because they might be updating the website. Remember last time their website was down, they ended up deleting everything from the website. They used to showcase who their partners were. They used to showcase the projects they were working on. Now that's all completely gone from their website, but apparently their website is down again. Master the TDS says breaking news. Sweet Baby Inc.'s website is offline. It's been down since yesterday. This comes right after Kim Blair said in a recent interview that Writing Raven and I reviewed that there are thousands of videos about us, but of those people, no one has written us to say, hey, can I just ask a couple of questions about how this works? Interesting timing. Could this be related? Now, obviously, this is a massive lie, because people did reach out. There were multiple people, especially people that are not on our particular side, that reached out to Sweet Baby Inc. to try to get answers to their questions. They didn't want to answer questions. They wanted to gaslight people and tell them they only wanted to speak to the access media. They only wanted to speak to the journalists who they knew were going to be on their side. They wanted to get people to be convinced that they're just a small narrative consultancy group. They're not a DEI group. They're not a DEI company. They don't even know what that means. That's what they try to convince people. Meanwhile, every single thing they work on is pushed out to be the same exact thing. If you look at all the stuff that they've worked on in the past, almost every female black character looks the same, talks the same, acts insufferable. It's almost as if they do exactly what you think they do. And it's so hilarious to me because they spent so much of this time trying to convince people that they don't do this stuff. Meanwhile, they could have just been honest from the jump and people would have been like, yep, we pretty much knew that was the case. So we're just going to avoid games that you work on and we're going to move on. But no, not only did you want to gaslight people and try to convince them that it's not what you do, but then you wanted to attack them and call them liars, grifters, and everything under the sun. But then when they fire back at you, suddenly that's a problem and that's not allowed. But anyway, so we're going to go over this post. You can see here, Nick Calandra says the following over on LinkedIn, says, I really wonder when these game studios are going to take action against these YouTubers and social media grifters making up lies about people working at their studios, their business dealings, sales data, etc. It's clearly affecting businesses, review bombing, harassment of developers, stalking campaigns. When do you take a stand? It's not contained to social media anymore, and we all know it. I find this to be so interesting. Let's break this down, Nicky boy. So first he says, YouTubers and social media grifters. You don't know what the meaning of the word grifter is. You clearly, after a year, have not learned the meaning of the word because you're still misusing it incorrectly, which I'm not surprised. On top of that, you are only mentioning social media grifters and YouTube grifters because, quite frankly, you are angry that those YouTubers are making more money than you are or making as much money as you are. You want to be the only one, aside from your little friends over at Second freaking win to be making any money doing gaming news or gaming content outside of the access media. You want to be the only one. It's amazing how you want to claim there is a stalking campaign, and yet here you are 1 fucking year later still talking about the same YouTubers and the same social media grifters that you were talking about last year. For 15 months, you've been clearly looking at YouTubers and social media grifters, and nobody has really talked about you up until right now, but you clearly have not given up. You clearly have been looking at the content, watching what people do, watching what people talk about. Do you have any proof of anything that you've said? Can you actually link anything that you've said? No, you can't. But the funny thing is, there are people that are trying to link what you said. The hilarious thing is that we're going to go over in a separate video, but I just want to showcase something to you guys. Magic the Gathering got caught recently in a survey trying to ask the following questions about whether or not there's been any social media influencers, YouTubers, streamers who have given negative sentiment about Magic the Gathering's recent Marvel Spider-Man box. And can you please specify the names of those influencers, YouTubers, and streamers? I find this to be very curious, but we're going to cover that in another video. I wanted to bring it up because I find that to be very curious. Now, with all this being said, okay, you are trying to say people are grifters. You don't know what it means. You're trying to say people are making up lies about the people working at the studios. There is no lies being made, okay? I don't understand what lies you think they are being told, but the only thing that ever gets covered by people within a studio is whenever someone says something stupid. That's the only time somebody gets covered that's within a studio. Otherwise, nobody cares, right? So nobody's going to cover what you say unless you said something dumb. The most recent example will probably be Ghost of Antifa, right? With Erika Ishii and her post about when she claimed that she was part of Antifa. That's a pretty stupid fucking thing to say, right? Whether you are joking or not, regardless, when people caught on to that, yes, they're probably going to talk about that. Are you going to claim that it's a lie that she said that she's part of Antifa? No, you can't, because it's there, like she said it. And that's the reason why we know that it's not about lies. And then now you say the beautiful thing, and I can't wait. I cannot wait to talk about this part. You want to say that people are making up lies about the business dealings and the sales data. Let me ask you a question, Nick Calandra. How can you be truthful or lying about sales data when nobody has access to it? How can you be truthful or lying about data that nobody has access to except for the companies that won't release it, right? All you could do is theory craft about the numbers, which is exactly what we do every day. It's exactly what you do every day. These studios won't release their numbers because they know that it can be utilized against them, right? So they like to keep the numbers hidden. So how is it a lie to talk about numbers that nobody has access to whether or not to see whether or not it's true or not? How do you know it's not true? Do you have access to the numbers? Do you know every single exact number? What are you going to do? You're going to mention Circana? You're going to mention Circana or Lydia Analytics? You're going to mention one of those two companies that are outside the actual company themselves that they're referencing, and everything is to be taken with a grain of salt because they're estimations? Are you going to say they're lying because they're estimating? Or are you going to say it's okay for them to estimate because they're talking positively about the game, right? You're such a fucking, it's unbelievable. I cannot believe that there is somebody out there that genuinely will look in the mirror and try to speak like this and talk as if he's not publicly lying to people when we all know that's exactly what you're doing, bro. Nobody has access to the sales data. The only thing we can utilize is the Steam numbers because Steam, thankfully, is transparent enough to tell us the numbers of the sales. Well, not necessarily the sales, that's all estimated, but tell us the concurrent numbers of the video game. And then we can kind of gauge based off previous video games how many copies were sold. But everybody's gauging, right? Where we don't know anything, right? We genuinely don't know. We can only gauge. But what we can say is that you just admitted that it's affecting business. You just admitted that by us talking about the numbers and gauging them and theory crafting and trying to come up with like all these different kind of possibilities, you just admitted that we are hurting the industry, which means that what we're talking about must be true enough because these studios, I don't know if you've been paying attention, Nick Calandra, it's been a year since we've spoken, but over the last year, there has been over 40,000 plus layoffs within the gaming industry and tech companies as a whole. There has been multiple studios that have closed down that otherwise were being perfectly fine, not just a year ago, right? How is it that a year ago they were perfectly fine, but suddenly when the subsidization money goes away in 2025, now they're all closing down? How is that possible? It's only possible because, well, the money's gone, Nick. The money is gone, my guy. And people know it. People obviously see it, right? The gaming journalism jobs have gone to basically completely nothing at this point. That's why most of them are trying to be content creators. It's amazing how you guys shit on YouTubers. You shit on grifters, but my guy, you are a YouTuber. You yourself are a YouTuber. Have we forgotten? Let me go back to a post all the way back in August of 2024, where Nick Calandra himself had to ensure and be told, he told everybody who worked at Second Wind that he had to make a certain amount of money because he had to maintain a certain lifestyle. Do we remember that? Let's remind them. So I said, keep in mind about these statements. There is over $200,000 in revenue each quarter on the line when it comes to this company. Frost exposed Second Wind, putting all that at risk. Nick Calandra has gotten used to a certain lifestyle afforded to him by Second Wind. His salary seems to be $8,000 a month, which for some might not even seem like a ton, but there are mainstream perks that save him money and get him access as well. Overall, it's a big win for him. Each member of this company stands to lose a lot if they let the ship go down too quickly. This PR response is expected, and it doesn't change the fact that the company will no doubt be affected by this. This was back when Frost ended up leaving the company, and he made his whole expose video on the company, and he showcased the salaries that they were making. And Nick Calandra, look at good old Nicky Boy, right? When he's calling everybody else a fucking grifter, look at good old Nicky Boy. He has to maintain that $8,000 a month. This was the salary breakdown for Second Wind. Obviously, Yahtzee or Yachts, whatever, he is going to be at the top because, well, he's the one that brings the people in. He's the one that brings the money in. He's the reason why their Patreon is where it's at. So Yahtzee was getting paid a salary of $12,500 a month. Oh, good old Nicky Boy over here complaining about YouTube grifters was making a little over $8,000 a month. Everybody else other than him were making $6,000 a month or less, right, at Second Wind. So keep in mind, Second Wind's Patreon has continued to go less and less and less. And the hilarious thing about all this is that Second Wind's quarterly earnings report is about to drop. So we're going to find out whether or not they are actually making more money or less money. Now, Nick Calandra has obviously found out about this. He's blocked Mass of the TDS ages ago, I got to imagine. And now he said, let me show you. Hold on. Let me show you the full statement really quick. So it's 2 weeks ago, he made the following statement. I think a lot of potential clients for Second Wind sponsorship program are sleeping on our offerings. We make custom ads that our audience enjoys with placement at the tail end of the video, which respects their time. Nobody likes having to start a video and then immediately listening to a 60-second ad. We get lots of engagement on where we put our ads, and we offer ad-free videos as one of the perks for our $5 subscription, and literally nobody uses it. Sounds like a personal problem, Nicky Boy. Now, when we scroll down, he obviously has found out that people are talking about this stuff, right? He has found out about it, and of course, the coping is going to begin. He says, LOL, the usual suspects are still stalking my social media profile a year later. My guy, you are the one a year later who first mentioned YouTubers and grifters. You are the one who did that. So naturally, if you are paying attention to the supposed YouTubers and the grifters, then clearly there might be some people who might pay attention to a post or two of yours. Actually, they probably even have notifications on. So the rare chance they see something interesting, they're going to screenshot it and post it. I'm not one of them because I don't give a fuck what you do. I don't care what you do. I don't care what anybody fucking does, honestly, at the end of the day. But what I don't like is you trying to summon the gaming industry to come after YouTubers and social media profiles. Let's just be honest. Let's be honest, okay, Nicky Boy? We all know who you're talking about. You're talking about Grums, okay? When you talk about social media influencers, you are talking about Grums and Asmongold. That is the two people you're talking about because you tried to make a cancel campaign against Smash JT and get his website taken down. You got his website taken down for 24 hours. You celebrated on social media as if it was a massive victory, only to find out 24 hours after that the website was back up and nothing was wrong. Everything is back up. It has been up ever since. And you went running away with your tail in between your legs because, well, you had to admit that didn't last very long, right? So you tried to cancel Smash JT, and meanwhile, you're out here trying to pretend like everybody's stalking you. Get the fuck out of here with this shit, bro. You just say the name, bro. You clearly don't like Grums. I know I don't even have anything to do with it. But the funny thing is you don't like Grums. A lot of people don't like Grums. Just say it. He's not Voldemort. Just say his name, bro. Just say his name. Anyway. So the usual suspects are still stalking my social media profiles a year later and found a LinkedIn post they didn't like because I called on studios to protect their employees better from the constant targeting they get on social media. So now they're trying to target me again. Pathetic. Nobody is trying to target any of these developers. The only time these developers get called out is when they do something crazy. Perhaps, maybe celebrate the death of Charlie Kirk or something along those lines. Maybe something like that. Then yeah, sure. There's obviously going to be people that are going to be called out for that. Otherwise, nobody fucking cares. There is tens of thousands of developers in the gaming industry, and only a couple of them per month get supposedly called out for the bullshit they do. And meanwhile, you're trying to make it seem as if everybody's getting called out. My guy, the industry is massive, okay? There's probably over 100,000 developers all throughout the entire gaming industry, and only a couple get called out per month. Come on, man. What are we doing? Anyway, then he says, I will never be afraid of these people. You are, though. You are, because you are clearly nonstop thinking about this shit. You have been thinking about Grums ever since that whole Giga Bear thing, right? The whole thing that happened with Smash JT and McDizzle was almost identical to what happened with you and Giga Bear and Grums, where Giga Bear got you, unfortunately, and it became a thing where he tricked you into thinking he was an informant against Grums. You ran with the story. Come to find out it was fake. Grums, gave you an L there. And that was it. You have never let it go at that point. Literally never let it go. Then he says, unintelligent, unloved failures. That is projection. That is massive level of projection. Some of the people you talk about literally have families, bro. They literally have kids. You're trying to say they're unloved failures of people. That is literally projection. This is like, this guy, you can clearly tell. I don't know if you guys have ever seen him on a stream talking to people. You can clearly see that he holds so much anger inside of him that he speaks with he's scared that every time he speaks, he's just going to fucking lash out. So he's desperately trying to maintain composure. But this dude has so much anger inside of him that he's projecting on everybody that, oh, they're just unintelligent, unloved failures. If they're so unintelligent, why are they so effective, Nick Calandra? If they're so unintelligent, why do you care about them being on YouTube or not? Why do you care about them making money or not? If they're so unintelligent, why are you not decimating them in views? Why are you not decimating them in influence? If they're so unintelligent, how come you keep getting felted by them? How come? Why is that? If they're so unintelligent, what does that make you? Somebody who has less influence. Because let's be real, you can't use Second Wind as any kind of proof that you have influence, because the real influence comes from Yahtzee. Second Wind is a group. Look how many people work there. Look how many people work there at Second Wind. You guys, how many is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 12 maybe, now that Frost is not there. Maybe there's even less now because you guys don't make as much money. Regardless, you probably have about 10 people working on Second Wind. So you don't have any particular influence here. It's all Yahtzee. So what are we really saying here? If the people are truly that unintelligent, if they are truly that unloved, then surely you would be able to do way better than them in every scenario. Influence, money, all that stuff. You should be doing better than everybody, right? So why aren't you? How come? Why aren't you doing better? And I know you're going to cope and you're going to say, well, I am doing better. No, you're not, bro. No, you're not, bro. Because if you're still thinking about YouTubers and you're still trying to remove them from the platform because you think they're hurting sales, you clearly are not doing better. You clearly are constantly thinking about these people. You clearly can't get over Grums. And I know it's about Grums. We all know, bro. Everybody knows it's about Grums. Then he says people who waste their lives away screeching at people on the internet for attention and suckering them out of money. It's always about the money, bro. How are you going to say suckering people out of money when you provide literally nothing, bro? Second Wind is ran and funded by Yahtzee and his following. That is the only reason why you guys are anywhere where you are. Again, it's all about the money. This guy, Nicky Boy, he doesn't want to just be making $8,000 a month. He wants to be making $20,000, $30,000 a month. He wants to be the guy, right? That's the thing. He wants to be the guy, and he is so filled with envy that he can't let it go. He is coping and seething to the fucking max. He can't let it go. Stop worrying about what other people are making, my guy. Stop worrying about what other people are doing on their platforms. Why don't you focus on your own platform? Focus on you. You clearly have issues. You're saying people aren't utilizing certain perks for your subscriptions. Why don't you focus on your customers? Why don't you focus on your fan base and focus on your own platform instead of worrying about what other people are doing and what they're making? Because you sound fucking salty. That's really what it is. Anyway, he says they're going to do their usual videos about me now, and I will continue to laugh at them. Hey, we have come full circle, Nicky Boy. 15 months, or what is it? No, 14 months later. 14 months later, and here we are, Nick Calandra. made the one and only video that I'm going to make on you all year because I don't give a fuck. The only reason why we're making this video is to inform the people that, yes, the people that hate us are still out there. And for some reason, they're still thinking about us. And it's hilarious that Second Wind, a group of how many of you? How many of you again? Like 12, 10, or whatever? How is it that I play more video games in a month than a group of 10 people do in 1 month? How is that possible? Make it make sense from this supposed grifter. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, consider hitting that like and subscribe button and go follow Master TDS. I'm going to link all this in the description box below. And I will see you guys on the next one. See you next year, Nicky boy. There you go. That felt good. That was about a year worth of nonsense. Oh, God. This is Nick Calandra right now.
You got another donation. Add it to the total. Sigh.
Roll Some Joint says once every October you should make a video on him. Fuck no, bro. I don't want to ruin Spooky Month with a fucking idiot like Nick Calandra. I'm good. He's such a liar, bro. That's the amazing, like, why, bro? Again, it's Grums and it's Asmongold. Okay, it's Smash AT too. Like, he doesn't like Smash AT. It's Grums, Asmongold, and Smash AT. These people have an obsession with those three, and they want to take them down so bad. I mean, to be real, they really want them dead. But you know, that's a whole nother topic of conversation. They want to take them down. They desperately want to take them down because they think if they take them down, that the subscribers that follow those people, Grums is not even a fucking YouTuber. But in any case, they think that the subscribers and the followers that follow those people are going to magically go to them. That's the mind of someone who's filled with envy. Okay? When someone is filled with envy, they think that if they could just get rid of the person who is above them, right? That magically that means that all the support that goes to them will now go to them. That's what they think when someone's filled with envy. So if they were to off Grums, they were to off Smash AT, if they were to off Asmongold, they think those millions of followers spread throughout all those platforms will magically go to Nick Calandra now. That's what they think. It's like, that's not how this works. That's literally not how this works. But anyway, this is where we're at, bro. What do I even say? I mean, like, what do I even say to that? Anyway. I'm going to catch up on Super Chats after the fact. Let me do the second topic really quick because this is also very important. So I want to make sure we get it done. Okay. I want to make sure we get it done. Where are we at? Yeah, I thought it was a little under a year that I didn't make a video on Nick Calandra, but it was literally like 14 months. Crazy, bro. Because I don't fucking care, bro. When's the last time I did a listener content video? I don't even remember. I don't even remember. I don't talk about these people. There's so many more important things to do and talk about in life on this channel. So many more. Anyway, March of 2025. Wow. And before that, February. Wow. It's crazy. Going on a year, little by little. I'm gonna get to a year. Okay, let's talk about Magic the Gathering. Let's talk about Magic the Gathering. Because this is also suspicious. Zark says it's like the Charlie Kirk, his death made more Charlie Kirk. Exactly. So even if you were to, let's say you get rid of Smash, you get rid of Grums, you get rid of Asmongold, what do you think is going to happen? It's going to be a million of them. They're going to show up. There already is. Bro. Everybody's trying to do the commentary game. Everybody. I've been doing this for almost 4 years now. People they want to do this. They attack Grums over that D&D post. What do they attack him for? What did he even say for that? I don't give a fuck, bro. Let Grums do whatever he's going to do. Again, I don't even talk about Grums. When's the last time I talked about Grums in any serious manner? Anyway. So we're going to talk about Dungeons and Dragons. All right? Because, I mean, nobody should be shocked by this. Dungeons and Dragons has been doing this for a few years now. You know, it kind of really blew up with the Black Aragorn thing with the Lord of the Rings pack. He kind of blew up with that. And then little by little, they just been doing all kinds of fucking virtue signal bullshit, you know? D&D looks like a cozy game now. It is. It is a cozy game. It is. They've been doing this for a long time. Paradark, that's hilarious. So let's talk about this. Full Metal says, yeah, but they attack Grums over his breakfast cereal. Exactly. It's like they will attack him over literally anything. At that point, that's when I stopped taking him seriously. The whole anti-Grums crowd, like I realized they just want to be anti-Grums, and that's fine. You could do that. I understand the criticisms. There's so many things that Grums does that I don't agree with. So many things that we've literally called him out on stream on SNH. We've talked about it many times. But I'm not gonna dedicate my whole life to hating one particular person. I just can't be that way. I can't do that. And I understand there's a lot of people on the internet that do. I can't do that. I think that's insane. You know, I'll talk about the industry. We'll talk about one particular developer if it's important. But for the most part, I keep it about the game, about the company, about the studio, about the executives, their decisions, the business side of things. Like that's what we need to talk about. That's more important than anything else. All the other bullshit, the high school shit, I leave it for the people that want to do that. There's YouTube channels that will do that. I'm not going to do that, right? And every YouTuber gets involved with like drama covering at one point, and don't get it twisted. I have too in the past, but I've realized that it's not fucking worth it. It's completely bullshit, and there's way more important things to talk about. Me personally. So again, you want to do that? That's fine. That's perfectly fine. But I'm good. I don't care if I get less views. I don't care if I get less donos. I don't care if I get any of that. I don't fucking care. I'm going to stick to what I want to talk about. And I want to talk about video games, the good, the bad, the ugly, the industry, and that's it. And play video games. That's all I fucking care about. That's all I've ever cared about. Anyway. But with the Nick Calandra thing, I don't consider it to be drama. I consider it to be an attack on what I do. And that's the only reason why I covered it. If it was Nick Calandra beefing with fucking Grums, which I'm sure he did sometime within the last year, I wouldn't have covered it because I don't consider it to be important. But if you're gonna come after YouTubers and try to take this holier than thou fucking stance, then I'm absolutely gonna cover it because then at that point, that's when it's important. So now let's talk about this because this is very similar. All right, because Wizards of the Coast, Dungeons and Dragons, Magic the Gathering, whatever name you want to use to target, whatever. They're trying to come after YouTubers. And it's not a conspiracy anymore, right? And I find it interesting that after we just covered the Nick Calandra thing, I find it interesting that this survey came out today. Now, the survey was only live for 2 hours, and it's a highly sus survey, with some of the questions in there being extremely weird, right? Extremely weird, almost like fucking Nazi level weird, where they're like, "Hey, rat out your Jewish neighbor." You know what I'm saying? It's very strange, very strange. So we're gonna talk about this and see what we got going on. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So in today's video, we are going to be talking about Dungeons and Dragons, Magic the Gathering, Wizards of the Coast, whatever you name it. We are going to be talking about them because, well, a couple of things happened lately that I find to be highly suspicious, right? Number one, we already know that Magic the Gathering, Wizards of the Coast, we already know they are a super progressive company. We know that already. If anybody doesn't understand that, I got bad news for you, okay? Because I remember when Dungeons and Dragons or any art style from Dungeons and Dragons was a lot more dark, a lot more fantasy, a lot more aggressive. Now, I don't even know what the hell I'm looking at, to be honest with you. I feel like I'm looking at an episode of Teletubbies at this point with dragons. I feel like that's Tosh trying to have sex with some black guy in the middle. Like, I don't know what's going on here, but ultimately, it is not anything that I necessarily want to take part in. I mean, just look at this. This literally looks like Tosh. I mean, look at that 5 o'clock shadow. Holy crap, man. It's amazing how there's only one dragon in this entire photo. Meanwhile, there is a whole bunch of gays everywhere. You got gay grandmas. You got gay Charizards. You got gay Tosh over here. You got the non-binary freaking Bard over here. You got all kinds of nonsense. Look at this. You got, I don't even know what is that, bro? You have a heart Oh my God, you have a rainbow heart for an eye. I have seen everything. So anyway, we're gonna talk about this because people are obviously not liking it. And while I understand not liking it, I feel like these are people who probably are latching on to what Magic the Gathering used to be. You gotta let it go at this point. Unfortunately, Wizards of the Coast has been completely. I mean, look at this, man. On the basis of this and this alone, whoever drew this and whoever gave this the green light should be fired. Absolute garbage. This is something that. Epic Mike's hilarious. This is something that we should know this is going to happen. Okay. Now, with all this being said, okay, there's one thing that I want to talk about in this video that is very, very important. And that's the fact that Wizards of the Coast is specifically targeting YouTubers now. This is not a joke. This is not, a conspiracy. This is not any of that. They are actually targeting YouTubers. They want to take down criticism. They want to know who exactly is talking bad about them. And they want you, the person, to rat YouTubers out. That's what they want. How do we know that? Well, there's a post here from Magic the Gathering. We want to know what you think of the Magic the Gathering Spider-Man in our latest survey. Take it here. Now, this survey was posted at 12 o'clock, I believe, yesterday, right? It is gone now. The survey is gone. The survey is completely gone. Okay. This was posted and the survey is gone because they were getting trolled. Why were they getting trolled? Perhaps you're asking. Well, apparently, ladies and gentlemen, and this is some really interesting shit. Let me zoom this in so that you guys can really see. Apparently, there was a question that was on the survey that was specifically asking people whether or not they were influenced by the negative sentiment of Spider-Man by YouTubers, streamers, social media influencers, and the like. They were specifically asking on a scale of 1 to 5, how influenced were you to avoid the Magic the Gathering Spider-Man set because of whatever a social media influencer said about it, whatever a YouTuber said about it, right? And if you look at when you answer it, it says you have indicated that you have seen and engaged with content made by influencers, YouTubers, streamers, etc. about Magic the Gathering Marvel Spider-Man. Please specify the names of those influencers, YouTubers, streamers, etc. They literally want you to make a list of YouTubers that they can then go after. How fucking crazy is that? We are literally in World War II, ladies and gentlemen. We are talking about Nazi lists. We are talking about people wanting to rat out their neighbors. Like this is the level of fucking insanity that we have now reached. I mean, how communist of you to do something like this is hilarious, right? And then they said, if you do not remember, please enter none. And the person responded, I am not a snitch. This is great. So again, we are in crazy times where they view this as something normal, right? And people clearly were trolling them so much that they closed the survey down. They completely closed it down. Now, this is not where it ends. This is not where it ends. It gets worse. Apparently, they actually were telling people that they were not the data they were looking for. So if you answered in a specific way, they would tell you that you are not the person they're looking for, and they're not going to count your information. So not only are they trying to go after YouTubers, and they're trying to go after people who are talking bad about their product, but apparently they're also trying to be super biased in their information that they're gathering for their survey. How do we know that? Well, if you scroll down, you're going to see some screenshots here that showcase the following. Thank you for your participation. Unfortunately, you are not part of our current target group. What the fuck is that? Wait a second. So not only are you nitpicking the information that you're getting, but you're also trying to get people to make lists for you to go after certain people. Now, the question would be, and it wasn't just one person, a lot of people got this, right? Look at this. This was the question right here. To what degree did negative influencer commentary impact your perceptions of Magic the Gathering Marvel Spider-Man before the set released? Negative influencer commentary ... 1, greatly worsened my perception. 5, greatly improved my perception. This is the question. You guys realize that this is going to be the next level of cope. This is the next stage of a dying industry, where now it becomes something where it's not my fault. Now it's someone else's fault. It's the YouTubers' fault. Those pesky YouTubers, they're the reason why our stuff is not selling. It's not because people don't actually want to buy it. People will love to buy this shit, but it's because they're believing XYZ influencer like Asmongold or whatever. It's unbelievable. This is the cope that they're going through right now. And you know what's gonna happen? They're going to take this information. It's going to be highly skewed, and they're going to take it to their higher ups. They're going to take it to their executives, and they're going to say, hey, executives, look at this. 95% of people said they were negatively influenced to purchase this product because of a YouTuber. We need to do something about this. And what's going to happen? You're going to get false takedowns, which already are happening, by the way. But in any case, you're going to get false takedowns, right? You're going to have companies striking YouTubers to try to take advantage of the copyright system and the fact that most YouTubers don't have the money to fight. They're going to do false takedowns to try to take down those channels and to try to silence the opposition. If that doesn't work, they're going to do smear campaigns. They're going to try to partner with other access media to try to do smear campaigns, which, by the way, they already do, right? We literally just covered a story about Nick Calandra, where he apparently was trying to get the gaming industry to go after people that are YouTubers, right? Look at this comment from Nick Calandra. I really wonder when these game studios are going to take action against these YouTubers and social media grifters, right? If you want to see my video on that, go check it out. It's on the channel. I did the whole thing about it. Making up lies about people working at their studios, et cetera, affecting business. It's clearly affecting business, they say. Review bombing, harassment of developers, and stalking campaigns. When do you take a stand? I find it interesting that all of this is happening at the same exact moment where you have Wizards of the Coast, one of the most progressive companies out there, looking for a scapegoat, right? They're looking for a scapegoat. They're looking for someone to blame. And now they're going to do what everybody else has been doing, which is blame the YouTuber. Why? Because it's the easy thing to do. Go blame the YouTuber. They clearly are the ones who are the problem. It's not us. It's not the fact that we went and changed Magic the Gathering to whatever the fuck this is. I can't even look at this and think, and I can't. Guys, when I tell you I saw this picture, again, I didn't get mad because I've been checked out for the longest time. I understand why some people do get mad because they're still checked in. I'm not checked in. I'm checked out of this shit for a long, long time. Do not care. I am gone. I'm done. It is what it is, especially with like Magic the Gathering. I've been long gone. But I look at this and I can't even remotely see Dungeons and Dragons. I like not even close. I can't see anything. This art style, like everything about it does not say Dungeons and Dragons. Literally almost every character in here is gay or non-binary. It looks like that, right? So again, at this point, I don't care. I am so unbelievably checked out, and I just hope that more people wake up to this. But the reason why I'm covering it is because they want to target any kind of criticism. They want to target any kind of opposition. They want to target people who are speaking bad about their product because they don't just want to admit what everybody else knows very easily, which is your product sucks now. Your product is not something that the vast majority of people want to actually play. You may not want to admit that, but that's just what it is. So at this point now, what do you do, right? What do you do at this point? Do you admit that? Or do you move on? The funny thing is, some of the people that were posting screenshots, look at this. Gallon Cook says, apparently I'm not the current target group. 15 years of collecting and playing. Guess I'm not current enough. Look at this. He got this screenshot as well. Look at this, bro. This guy is a hardcore Magic the Gathering player. Look at this. You mean to tell me that this person is not part of your core group? So if this person is not part of your core group, then who is? Who is at this point? I'll tell you who is. It's people that like this shit, which is like, what, 100 people if they're lucky, right? They are willing to give up the players that actually care. They're willing to give up the players that actually buy things and purchase things with their money and spend money. They're willing to give up all of that to chase the virtue, right? But apparently the virtue's not paying. So now because the virtue's not paying, well, they got to blame somebody, and they're going to blame YouTubers. So I found all of this to be highly informational, I'll say, because we all kind of knew this was happening, but to see it kind of come out, and actually, you know, this comment makes a lot of sense. The influencer question is framed in such a manipulative way. If you are seeking to blame the biggest promoters of your game online for this fiasco, then you've completely lost the plot. I agree with that. I agree with that 100%. And keep in mind, guys, it's not like there aren't Magic the Gathering shills. There are a lot of Magic the Gathering shills, right? So if you're going to blame YouTubers for the, I guess, lack of success because of negative commentary, well, why aren't you blaming the shills for the success of the game for positive commentary? Why are you not doing that? Are you saying that the shills that you have little to no influence? Is that what you're saying? Or are you saying positive commentary does not affect the game, but negative commentary does? Like, what kind of logic is that? If the negative commentary can affect the game for people to not want to buy the game, then clearly positive commentary could affect people to want to buy the game. So how come you are failing so much and looking for someone to blame, and it only seems to go one way? I just find this to be extremely interesting. So you guys let me know in the comments down below. What do you think about all this? Do you think YouTubers are affecting the sales of Magic the Gathering? Or do you think it's pictures like this that are affecting the sales of Magic the Gathering? Let me know in the comments down below, because I remember in a world where the product would ultimately speak for itself, where Magic the Gathering was so desired by so many nerds that they would want to buy it just because it was so awesome to play. You played at the lunch table back at school, all that great stuff. Now we live in a world where apparently people are mindless drones that the moment a YouTuber says, don't buy this, they listen. That's not the world that we live in. That's the world you want to exist, so that it makes an excuse for why you are losing so much money. So you let me know in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. And if you enjoyed it, consider hitting that like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Yeah, they could go fuck off. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Kata says so.
I am the foot god, Kaida.
Can you imagine if that was a Magic the Gathering card? Foot God Kaida. Foot God Kaida should be a Magic the Gathering card. I'm going to use AI to make one. You know what? Hold on. Let me see if I can make it like right now. Give me 1 second. I swear to God, I'll do this right now. Is this possible? Let's see. Let's see if this is possible. Foot God Kaida. I got to take a screenshot of this. Hold on. Let me full screen that. Let me full screen that. I'm going to do it right now, boys. Hold on. We're doing it live. We're doing it live. Give me a second. Foot God Kaida. This will make an amazing Magic the Gathering card. And I'll catch up on Super Chats while it's being generated. And then we'll see what's possible from here. All right. Let's catch up on Super Chats, and then we will get into the Waifu Battle while they are generating this card. We got C Brew with a 2. He did do the voice. Has he forgotten the voice? Hashtag D4. Shout out. Roseus becomes a member all on their own. Shout out to Roseus. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Hold on really quick. Turn this image into a Magic the Gathering card. Make the card creature name the following. Foot God Kaida. There we go. Make his main attack called Foot Fetish. No. Sucking Toes. There you go. Okay. Let's see what happens. I'm gonna see if it makes it. It might not make it because it might be a copyright thing, but let's see. Thank you, Roseus, for becoming a member. Hypnotic Rapture for 15 months. Says Nick failed to take down Smash's game news site and Smash IP ban on LinkedIn for a year. Craig and Melanie Mack felt him on Side Scrollers Live where he lost his machismo. He talks big and backs down like a spineless coward. Yeah, so ever since I saw that stream on Side Scrollers with Nick Calandra, I totally stopped caring. I did. I totally stopped caring. I was just like, you know what? This guy clearly talks the talk. This is the same guy who threatened people and said that if I ever saw you at a bar, I would beat you up. Meanwhile, he couldn't even handle a live conversation. I just find that to be a little bit strange, you know? So at that point, I was like, I don't give a fuck. Toxin with a 2. Nicky Boy preemptively blocked me on Twitter. Gay. Yeah, he blocked everybody. And that's fine. You want to block people? Fine. You know, I block people. I don't care. But like, it's just like, you know that you're still watching anyway. And then you project and say other people are stalking. Like, bro, no, you are the one who is obsessed with the YouTubers, the supposed grifters, the social media people who you want their following. You all know that Nick Calandra wants to have as many followers as Grums. Like you know that he wants to be the guy who gets like tens of thousands of likes on Twitter. Like he wants to be that guy. He just can't be. That's his fault. Saw on the leash with an ARS.
Here we go! Mucha lucha! It's the way of life! Mucha lucha!
He says avoiding names is twofold. Oh my god. Oh my god, guys. Oh my god. It did it. It did it. Oh my god. Oh my god. Holy shit, it did it. Holy shit. This is lore now. It's perfect. It's literally perfect. Sucking toes. Holy shit, dude. This is amazing. Did they make him naked? No, he's not naked. They just, for some reason, he's got skin-colored underwear on, but you can see he's got underwear on. Bro, this is amazing. Oh my god, dude. I'm gonna send this to Kata. I'm gonna send this to Kata. I'm gonna make it a little bit better and then send it. That is amazing. Dude. I want to make one for myself. What should I do for myself? Guys, give me a prompt. Give me a prompt. What should I do for myself? We got Saw on the leash with an ARS-200. Avoiding names is twofold: plausible deniability and preventing his audience from being exposed to their unnamed targets. Because anyone with an IQ above room temperature in Celsius could figure out that they're being lied to. Yeah. 100%. 100%, man. Felicion with a 5. Nikki boy, I feel bad for you. Hypno, I don't think about you at all. Facts. So true. P Drake with a 2. Still have 2nd edition D&D with Elmore art. Nice, bro. Ron DFK with a 2. Making a list and checking it twice. Fascist. Established 1933. Yep. 100%. Rob with a question mark for a 5. Maybe if you get ratted out, the Pinkertons will make a visit. Maybe. Denerai with a 489. Gamergate is like a never-ending story. These people never change. The situation is the perfect example that they're playing the victim card again. Yeah. As you start to realize, like, you start to realize over time that people don't change for the most part. Most people don't change. It usually takes a life-changing altercation for someone to change, and even then, most people don't. It's kind of sad. All right, I'm gonna let's see. Make a Magic the Gathering card of this character. Make his background a hypnotic swirl. Make the name of the card Hypnotic Professional Grifter. Make the attack called the following. What would be the name of the attack? What would be the name of the attack? Oh, Waifu Strike. Yes. With a description that says the following. Summon big booty hoes to attack your enemy with unrelenting thickness. There you go. All right, let's see if it makes it. Let's see if it makes it. We'll see. Saw on the leash with an ARS 100 says, I have some more than the guy that shared the photo, starting with an MTG 6th edition box. Got into pre-builds on the evasion. It won't do that one. It won't do that one. It's too dirty. Damn. All right. It's too dirty. Let me see if I do. Hold on. What if I edit the words a little bit? If I edit the words, let's do, instead of big booty hoes, let's do big booty girls. I don't think ChatGPT likes big booty hoes. Let's see if they do it. Nope, still violates. Damn it. What about big butt girls? Maybe booty is a bad word. Let me see. Let's try this. Let's try. Damn it. Doesn't work. All right. We're just gonna do waifu strike, summon waifus to attack and destroy your enemy with a massive money shot. Let's see if that works. I'm gonna try that. Oh. Because the wording in the description violates. Oh, come on, bro. What? Come on. What do you mean? All right, so what about all right, let's just do destroy your enemy. Destroy your, yeah. Let's just do that. Okay, it's doing it. It's doing it. Damn, man, ChatGPT sucks with that. All right, it's fine. He says, starting with the MTG 6th edition box, got into pre-builds on the evasion block, would play a Foot God Kata deck or a Lum Thighs with Merfolk. Nice. Iran DFK with a 2. Time for a deck. Do all the SNH crew. I should, right? I should make a whole fucking thing about it. Let me check Rumble. Rumble, we got Hypnotic Eruption with $1. Snoop is a coward, bending over to former great victims' hatred and their feminine weakness in male enemies. They're the same insane feminists mutilating their... Oh, I already called this one out. Shout out to you, though. Gray the Merchant with $1. Funny, instead of the survey, Wizards of the Coast will be looking inward, saying we push too much product. Hasbro, like, bitch, I don't care, work harder. 2 words, product fatigue. Wizards of the Coast as an ex-consumer, suffer, bitch. Sounds about right. And then we got Torinol with $1. Wizards of the Coast officially at stage 1, denial. Looking to move to stage 2, anger. I'm waiting for stage 3, grifter. Deadeye's Lock with $1. Magic the Gathering became Magic the Bankrupt. I don't think they're bankrupt just yet. But they're definitely hurting. Oh, shit. This card is looking crazy, bro. It's almost ready. What? Aw, they fucked it up. They fucked it up. Man, they fucked it up. Come on. Why'd they fuck it up like that? I'll show you it anyway. Hold on. I don't know what they were putting for the word. I don't know what happened here. Like, what the fuck happened here, bro? Waifu strike. Summon waifus to attack and destroy your enemy. Damn. I don't know what the fuck is this. What, are they trying to put like a serial number? I don't know what they're doing. Yeah, pretty sick though. I'm gonna mess around with that. I'm gonna make one rare misprint card. That's crazy. I'm gonna make one with the whole SNH crew. I'm gonna make one with the whole SNH crew. That's amazing. Let's X this out. All right, I think we are fully caught up, boys. Yes, we are. Let's get into the waifu battle, ladies and gentlemen. The ears are on already. Edit it with Photoshop and you're good. Nah, because I wanna change up some of the art a little bit. I'm gonna change up the art. Yeah, I'm only 3-2 apparently. I guess they made me weak. It is what it is. If you guys are not gonna stick around for the waifu battle, I appreciate you. I thank you for hanging out with us tonight and having a great time. I hope you have fun. And we will see you tomorrow, obviously 9 p.m. Eastern for Hypnocast. Tomorrow I will be returning Griftcast, so make sure you guys join for 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Hypnotic Live. Don't super chat me telling me to play a game that I'm already playing. Well, actually, let me rephrase that. That I've already beaten. Go watch Hypnotic Gaming Live if you can. Hang out with us. We've been pulling some crazy numbers there lately. People seem to be enjoying the content, so I appreciate that, man. Come hang out with us. Join us. But in the meantime, let's get into the waifu battle, ladies and gentlemen. Because, well, it should be a good time. It should be a good time. And Vampirella, I don't know if you guys saw, but Vampirella kind of stole the win. Barely. So let's see what she's got today. Here we go. All right, boys. The waifu battle is here. Now, if you guys, like I said, missed the last waifu battle, the current waifu battle champion by just a few dollars, it was very close, it was none other than Vampirella, ladies and gentlemen. Now, before we go and bring out the challenger, let's go over the rules of engagement. Rule number 1. All super chats during the waifu battle can and will count towards a particular waifu, but the only way that is going to count is if you put the name of the waifu in the super chat first. You gotta put the name first. If you do not put the name of the waifu in the super chat first, then it will not count. It does not matter how big they are. If you super chat after the fact and you put the name of the waifu that you forgot to put the first time first, then I will make it count. Rule number 2. You could vote for any waifu regardless of who's on the screen. It doesn't matter. You could vote for the champion, who is Vampirella, or you could vote for the challenger, who you're about to find out. It doesn't matter who's on screen at the time. Last but not least, after the second waifu comes off screen, I'm going to do a 30-second countdown. After that 30-second countdown, no more super chats are going to count. It does not matter how big they are. The last super chat that shows up on my screen will be the one that counts. So please, if you are going to vote, vote early and vote hard, ladies and gentlemen. Do we understand the rules? We don't understand a fucking thing. Let's be real. Let's be real. All right, guys, listen, man. Vampirella is an amazing waifu. All right, people clearly like her. So I had to combat her, and considering, it's Halloween and whatnot, and people were asking for which waifus, I had to bring back a particular waifu. I know it's not Battle of Champions quite yet, but I had to bring back a particular waifu that I thought would be a really good time to bring her back. So let's see if she could take down Vampirella. All right, boys. The challenger that's going to go up against Vampirella, it's going to be the one and the only, heavily loved, by the way, sorceress from Dragon's Crown, ladies and gentlemen. Let's start the clock and let's see who is going to win. Is it going to be Vampirella or is it going to be sorceress? The names are on the bottom. I think I spelled it wrong. That's okay. I was rushing. The names are on the bottom, ladies and gentlemen. Make your choice known, like Deadeye's Lock already did. For 2 says sorceress over on Rumble. Shout out to Deadeye's Lock. Didn't even wait. Did not even wait. He already knew. He already knew. One dirty bird for a 10. My cousin Dirt says hi. Hello, Dirt. Shout out to One Dirty Bird. Appreciate that, bro. Appreciate that. Misspelling already, Hypno? Yes. Yes, I am. That's okay. That's okay. Okaiferin says, I'm an Amazon type of person. Are you really, though? Are you really? We got Ali Kusanagi with an absolutely insane start. Insane start. With Deadeye's Lock on Rumble combined, Ali Kusanagi did a $30 Mega banger for Sorceress, putting her way into the lead. Shout out to Ali Kusanagi. And then we got Mr. Melancholy with a $4 super chat. Says Sorceress is thick. Bricked. Why am I not surprised? Why am I not surprised? King Joker with a 2 says Sorceress. Sorceress. Shout out to King Joker. Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. So far, Sorceress is way in the lead right now. Way in the lead right now. It's not even close. Maybe she can come back. I don't know. I guess we'll see. We shall see. Vampirella, are you going to come back? I don't know. Violent City says show official art. Listen, man. I show what the Bigot Army shares, okay? Sometimes it's official. Most of the time it's AI. And that's okay. Because you're voting for the waifu, okay? You're voting for the waifu. D Draconic says Rumble isn't letting me super chat or gift. Well, that's weird. That's weird. Did they ban you from super chatting or gifting? I didn't think they did that. Then again, you never know because Rumble's been doing some weird shit lately. It seems like we have 0 votes for Vampirella, which means she will be banned. If this ends up going a 0 vote route for Vampirella, she'll be banned forever. Ali Kusanagi says that goth look is awesome. Laughing Man says, whose waifu? Yours or mine? Shout out to Laughing Man, man. Hope you're doing good. Violent City says, in hindsight, maybe official art will get you sniped. Probably. Which is why I tend to use AI. This is why I don't use, like, I use AI women art and videos and stuff. Nobody can claim copyright on AI. Or anything else for that matter. All right, boys. Sorceress is going to come off screen. And we are now going to have the current Waifu Battle champion. Did I spell Sorceress wrong? Yes, I did because I was rushing. Now we're going to have the current Waifu Battle champion on the screen who has 0 votes right now. She's in threat of being banned. That is none other than Vampirella. Ladies and gentlemen, let's start the clock and let's see who is going to win. Is it going to be Vampirella or is it going to be Sorceress? Now, keep in mind, Sorceress is not that far ahead, so anything is possible. Anything is possible. Gray the Merchant for $1 on Rumble says Sorceress. Shit, this is magic for sure. Better than what Wizard of the Coast created since Calandra. Yes, it has started showing back then. Love all and we're gooning. Wizard of the Coast, learn from this. Yeah, they're not going to learn shit, bro. They're not going to learn shit. Vampirella is on the screen and she still has no votes. 0 votes. This girl will be banned permanently. Never to see the light of day again. Sonia is throwing every emoji in the chat right now. Deku Leader is throwing roaches. What the fuck? Hey, why'd you put roaches in the chat, bro? That's nasty. Pay It Forward says she could give birth to a 15-pound baby with those hips. Yes, she can. Yes, she absolutely can. 100%. Whoa. The return. Holy shit. The return of the legend himself, Crimson Jet, turning everything around. Everything just got turned around. The game is on now, boys. Holy shit. Crimson Jet with the $100 Red Boy Hyperbanger says Vampirella and Blondes. Yes, sir. I will give you Blondes right after the Waifu Battle. You got it, man. You got it. You got it. Holy shit. Shout out to Crimson Jet. $100 for Vampirella. Well, that just turned things around. Gray the Merchant with $1 on Rumble says Vampirella for pity's sake. Oh, shit. There's no pity anymore. She's in the lead now. Alucard with a 2 says Vampirella, my mistress of the night. Shout out, man. Look at this. Everybody's excited to see Crimson Jet again. Rumble's like, oh, good to see Crimson Jet back. The tables have turned. The chair shot happened at the beginning of the fight. Anti-Federalist Pain with a 5 on Rumble says Vampirella. Can't let a girl so dedicated to sucking get banned. I respect that. I respect that, sir. Nice one. No. Nice one. Nice one. Holy shit. And just like that, Vampirella has a massive lead. Will the Sorceress fans show up to counter? Or will they accept defeat? Regardless, the Vampirella fans have been woken up by Crimson Jet. Everybody's going crazy now. Let's see how this goes, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see how this goes. Holy crap. Holy crap. All right, boys. Vampirella's coming off screen. She's coming off screen. And now, the final countdown. Who is going to win? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, the Sorceress fans have completely given up. Completely given up. And there was only one super chat, and that was Hypnotic and Rapture with a 2. Says Vampirella can jump my bones. Sorceress can join. Holy shit, boys. In the meantime, mods, count it up. Count it up. But I'm going to give this man what he asked for. He wants blondes. Let's go.
Oh my god. It's a fucking red boy hyper banger.
We fucking love Red Boy Hyper Bangers. Thank you, Bigot Army.
Shout out to Crimson Jet, the fucking legend. I appreciate you, bro. He says, I've been busy with work and catching stream after I get home. Hey, man, no worries. No worries. What an epic return, bro. That literally came out of nowhere. I didn't see that coming. I thought Vampirella was absolutely going to get felted. However, in the Waifu Battle, we got Sorceress at $22.39 against Vampirella at $110 flat. Which means just like last night, we have the same situation, a winner. And still, Waifu Battle champion is none other than the one and the only Vampirella, ladies and gentlemen. Just like that. Let's do it one more time, ladies and gentlemen. One more time. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Now, I'm sure there might be some people coping and seething, but I don't think it's many.
You are coping and seething. You just can't accept what you're seeing. Yes, you're coping and seething. The truth it is scalding, and now you are molding and coping so hard. Coping and seething.
And that's going to be it for the Waifu Battle, ladies and gentlemen. Vampirella is going to go backstage where she will face off against another Waifu Battle of Champions tomorrow. Hypnocast, 9 p.m. Eastern. Do not miss it, ladies and gentlemen. Battle of Champions tomorrow. Vampirella might go down. We'll see. And not in the way you're thinking, you dirty fucks. All right, boys. Listen, shout out to all of you. This was an absolutely amazing stream. Sincerely, I appreciate it. Lots of fun. We got to talk about a lot of different topics. Hope you guys had a fantastic time. We're going to go raid someone now, so stay to the end for the raid. Thank you, everybody, for liking the stream, commenting, spamming the chat, super chatting, gifting memberships, and honestly, just being here. I really greatly appreciate it. And shout out to the Hypno Mods for doing what they do every single day. Appreciate you as well. We might do some gaming tonight, so make sure you are subscribed to Hypnotic Gaming Live. Put those notifications on. We might either be playing Battlefield tonight, or we might be finishing Still Wakes the Deep, the DLC, Siren's Rest, because we didn't get to play earlier today. So we might finish that up today. We'll see. One of the two might happen. So make sure you subscribe, have your notifications on, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, go be bigots and go be gooners. Bye.
I am not gay. I have relationships with women and sex with men. And I got news for you. That means you
Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
Her dog, or her cat, was named Vagina.
Put a ticket in, make her gay. Suck it, yeah, John. Put a ticket in, make her gay. No, baby, yeah, put a ticket in, make her gay. It means put a chicken in it, sweetie, and make her fucking gay. Fucking pronouns! Fucking pronouns! Fucking gender ambiguity! Fucking current day California shit! 'Cause that's all we fucking know! 'Cause we're boring! We're so fucking Twitter hole! Twitter hole! Get it right!
At the touch of the black man, I bring life. I bring life. I bring life. I bring life. I bring life.